Hi, baby girl angels.
Hello.
Welcome to our first in-person video of FSBA Podcast.
That's right. The year is 2024. But we're going to be transported into the future in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't guessed by our very stylish wigs what movie we're going to be doing today, then I don't know. I honestly, why are you even watching?
Yeah.
But to be fair, I don't think that I had actually ever sat through this movie until our very special guest who we have here today recommended it. And without further ado, this is our guest, Shola.
Hi, what's up, ladies?
Hi.
Thank
Thank you for recommending this movie.
I'm glad. Y'all really, I fucked up. I missed the memo. Y'all should have emailed me or something. I would have dressed up too.
Well, now just for future reference, now you know this is how we roll.
Yeah.
Because this is us, like in a nutshell.
I'm with it. I dress up for Halloween sometimes.
But we're
cosplay.
like, it's a random Sunday.
It's a Sunday afternoon in November.
It's
But
just like,
okay.
let's get it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you even find that?
I made it.
Stop it.
Yeah.
I made it.
Okay. All right.
So I was telling Ruthie I had to buy like a disco wig, and then this is a loofah.
Stop.
Yeah, this is a loofah. So then you like wrap the hair around like the loofah, but
Okay.
then I also had to like cut it down because if you know,
It was a lot of hair.
yes, it was a lot of hair, but it had to be as close to Ruby Rod.
Ruby Rod. He's so sexy. Oh my god.
He is so sexy. Did you guys know that Prince was supposed to be Ruby Rod?
That would have been perfect.
Yeah, that
too.
tracks.
I know,
But,
but he didn't want to do it.
It would have been as comedic anyways.
Okay, so
No, because Prince wouldn't have been playing a character. That's just who
It
he
was who
is
he
as
is.
a
That's
just
just
who
who
he
person.
is. But funny enough, he said that he didn't want to do it because he didn't like the costumes.
Stop it.
How insulting to
John Paul Gaultier. I
Wait,
know.
that's who made the outfits?
yes. all
Y'all
of
looked
them.
this up, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay, so before we jump into this, Shola,
I think like Shola like thinks we're like amateurs.
Yeah. So Shola, before we jump into the future, we
Yeah.
ask all of our guests a question. So the name of our podcast is FSBA, and it stands for 4 entities.
Mhm.
Okay?
Okay.
Foxy, sexy, baby girl, or angel.
Okay.
Okay, these are our
Foxy,
4 entities.
Sexy, baby girl, and angel.
Okay.
Yes.
When
Okay.
you were in middle school, high school,
Okay.
we want to know who you identified as, and now who do you identify as?
Foxy, sexy, baby girl,
Yes.
Or baby boy.
baby boy.
No, baby girl. I'm sorry, baby girl. Everyone's baby girl.
Everyone's
Baby
baby
girl.
girl.
These
Or
entities know no gender.
They're
Definitely,
non-binary terms.
in high school,
Yeah.
probably Foxy.
Okay.
Yes, come through,
Probably
Foxy.
Okay.
Foxy Shola. Did you have a nickname?
Well, people call me Show, which is
Foxy Show.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
that's what I
Foxy Show. Well,
Oh,
okay,
they didn't call me Foxy Show, but
we're calling you Foxy Show.
so college, mid-20s, I would definitely say sexy, and baby girl in the middle because when she got into the 30s.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was never an angel,
Okay.
so it was definitely baby girl.
I love
Probably
that.
down to was baby girl.
Love that.
Yeah.
So
So just for like our audience, so they know a little bit of the backstory of how we know Shola. So actually, Sho and I worked together for literally one day. Literally,
you remember more than I do. I have horrible
one
memory.
day, and I think like he had to train me at this security job. Like this is like many moons ago.
Yes, mid-20s, early 20s.
Yes,
yeah.
so young. And I just remember like it was like 8 hours and all we did was talk shit. Like that's
it.
all we did.
That was
and
it.
then I was like, this guy is so funny. And then we just like, I don't know,
kicked it.
kept up.
Yeah.
Wait, you
Like-
never worked together after that?
Never.
Never. It was one day.
No, Cameron's like, oh, my old coworker.
8
I'm
hours
like,
is a long time with somebody.
yeah,
You
that's
know,
true. But
that's like a break in. Look, when you work security or any job like that, where you actually have to train somebody,
Yep.
in that 8 hours, you know if you want to talk to them again.
that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Because you're like, I don't want to deal with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Can y'all swear on this?
Yes, you can do
Yes,
whatever you
yes.
All right, cool. Bad.
Yep.
bad.
Anything
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want.
So yeah, that's how we know each other. And like in those 8 hours we established, we're like, okay, like I fuck with you. Like,
Yeah.
you're so funny. So naturally we were gonna have him on the podcast, but it was so cool that like now in our adult selves,
We're adults.
we like reconnected through LinkedIn. We're like,
Yeah.
oh,
What's up, Patty? What's poppin'? She's like, oh, you know you do this. Like, listen, I didn't know you did this either. It's like, all right, that's cool.
what's funny is like it's so like your professional talk when you're on LinkedIn that was like out the window as soon as like show approved it. He was like, "You're."
I cannot stand being so corporate.
No,
the switching of the language. I'm like, hey, yo, what's poppin', bro?
Yeah.
I don't want to say hi. Like,
No, very formal.
Yeah.
Dear Kettering, how are they? Like,
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm like, that's why I always say, like, I'm not made for corporate office work.
me either.
You know what
I mean, I'm an actor, obviously.
You have
So
to be.
Yeah.
when I'm at work, that is my role.
Yeah.
You know, like then I'm like corporate Catherine the entire time. I have like zero issues with that. I, like when people start talking to me like in like they do regular, I'm like, you're just being disrespectful.
Like you see where we're at, right?
Yeah, like
Let's keep it together.
no, come on, like
Let's keep
you
it together.
I think we need to circle back when you like got it together, and then
I keep hearing about the emails. I've seen some of my friends' emails. I'm like, you just gonna tell them I'm gonna see you outside, bro?
Right,
He's like,
yeah.
nah, you can't say that. I'm like,
No.
yeah, say that wouldn't be me. I couldn't do it.
I
Could
like
not
know,
do it.
so I've always like been in healthcare, so I know nothing about business, but I'm always like, this is what I imagine corporates like. Send me the memos. Like, I need the quarterly reports. Like, I don't know, and I get an accent too. I don't.
That's
know why.
exactly
You
how
gotta
it
give him an
is.
accent.
That's exactly how it is. Like my professional voice is just like slightly like a higher pitch than normal.
Like, hi, oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm Kettering. Nice to meet you.
So for example, like if like show like walked by and like it's just like small talk. That's all you ever do. And you
That's
have to
it.
be really good at it
Yeah.
too, because like
It is
people
a
have to
skill.
like you.
Yeah.
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 So it'll be like, hey, show, like, how's it going? And it's like, oh, how was your weekend? And
Real blase.
Oh.
Yeah,
real
like, how was your
surface
weekend
I
level.
or
actually
whatever.
don't care about your weekend.
no,
At all.
and like people look at you like, oh, you're like this conversation's going way too long. Like
Way
I
too
have,
personal.
yeah, I
Like,
have
we're
to,
crossing lines here. Yeah.
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
just like keep it very, very like short, sweet, whatever. But I can hear myself like in my head, like I know that I'm just like, oh my god, I'm like running out of things to talk to this person about.
Especially if you
like,
have nothing in common with them.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm in the construction field, and I'm mostly around white people and Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 9 years that I've done it, this was the last job I just did was at Faulkner, and this is the first time that I worked with black dudes. And oh my god, I never wanted to go to work so much in my life because we just had a blast with each other. The music, the conversations, it was I was never tired.
Yeah.
I was never exhausted because
You're like, this is
I
what
went to homies.
joy and work.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be
Yeah.
happy at work.
Did we announce what we're doing today?
No.
Okay, so today we are revisiting the 1995 sci-fi
Classic.
classic.
Cult classic.
Yeah.
Cult classic, The Fifth Element. Definitely cult classic because I know that the way that I'm dressed today is anybody who's like into cosplay is not a stranger to this movie
No.
at all.
Not
Well, you
at
like
all.
know the wig immediately.
Yes.
Immediately.
I know. So Ruthie and I were talking about this movie, and like immediately, like the first memory that came to mind was that girl who like dressed up as Lulu for Halloween, but she also would wear yarn on her hair.
She was
Like
no, very
every
seriously.
day?
Are you serious?
Like she was very serious about
Yes.
her yarn hair.
very serious. And then like one day, I actually had clothing class with her, and I overheard her talking about her hair as extensions, and I was like, "Girl,
Come on, yo.
Go.
Come on, yo.
come on!"
Come on, yo. You cosplaying every day?
I was like, "Extensions, girl.
Yeah.
It's yarn."
That's Michael's. Like
Yeah.
that's not extensions. That's Michael's. Yeah.
I don't. You know what? I would like to know, like, where is she now?
I hope she's
I'm
well.
she's okay.
I bet she's.
Yeah.
I know.
She
You
got
know
more
what?
yarn in her hair.
Crafty. I don't know.
She's very
She's
crafty.
definitely-
Yeah.
I'm sure she's probably killing it somewhere.
I'm sure she has something.
It is their
creative.
time nowadays.
Yeah.
That craftiness.
To be
this
creative,
Is the
yeah.
time.
Now is the time. I mean, I was always a weirdo, and look at me now
Yeah.
with the
You
podcast.
got the wig
and
on and
all.
everything. Your true side is coming out here.
with my corporate life on the side, killing it.
Has any of your coworkers found out you pod yet?
They do, but I don't encourage them.
Mine have.
I
I'm
was
like,
there.
That's
oh,
right.
You can listen. Yeah.
Well, the
So-
medical field is kind of different how they approach. each
So
other.
my boss, shout out, she's cool. So she did find it, and she goes, "I'm not gonna like intrude on your private life, but like I'll give you the downloads." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's
Nice.
cool." So like, she's probably listening, so hi. But she's like, you can have your private life and still record. I'm like, okay, I appreciate the support. She's like, I just want to support. I'm like, that's really
That's
nice.
what's
I
up.
appreciate
Yeah,
that.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
I'm like, but I'm not at work, so you listen at your own function.
Yeah,
Yeah.
facts.
That's my only thing.
Who I
But
am on there is just entertainment purposes.
yeah,
Totally.
I'm a totally different person outside
allegedly,
of work.
everything's alleged.
You
I don't
gotta
know.
be a different person on the microphone.
Yes.
Because it's all
yes.
about entertaining.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
if it gets outlandish, it's just me.
It just-
Come on, entertaining, yo.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
I know, like I was having a conversation with a coworker, and like he and I, well, actually he's been on the pod before, and so we're like having this like discussion, and all of a sudden I forget what we were talking about, but I was like, yeah, well, she was acting like a damn bitch, and he was like, oh shit,
Oh, damn.
he was like, I didn't hear it.
Those
But I
ears,
was like,
those ears.
I'm like, damn, I forget I'm at work sometimes. I'm like, somebody's about
That's
to
because you're
like walk
comfortable.
by.
Yeah,
comfortable.
yeah.
But we're like out in the open, like I shouldn't be talking like that. So sorry, work.
Hey, it is what it is. At least you have somebody you're comfortable they can let off a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You
No,
gotta
like-
have somebody like that.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
The hair is really good. Actually.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
really
fucking
good.
loofah.
Yeah. So we're like we said, we're doing The Fifth Element,
Mhm.
and me and Cameron both had never actually seen the movie.
No, I
Not
definitely
fully.
not fully. It was probably like
On
we said
TNT.
on TNT or UPN.
Like, I saw, like,
They're our
clip-
favorite networks.
I-
Clearly, we've
Very
like
good.
shouted them out. Very.
I hate them. Like
Yeah.
I don't like anything on them except they did play like good movies sometimes.
For me, it was like USA
TNT.
Network,
Oh, yeah.
USA.
Yeah, yes, sir. UPN
Yes.
and all those.
Yes, they
sir.
would play,
TBS.
Too many
CBS.
commercials.
Oh,
though.
CBS had
yeah,
everything.
yeah. Just too many commercials. I feel like.
But for like a movie Sunday, I would say that my favorites were USA Network
Yeah.
Yeah.
or TNT.
yeah.
TBS was pretty good too because they did all
Yeah.
of the Mr. Deeds and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. So like
You
yeah,
know
but-
what I never really fucked with? I'm not gonna lie. Was like ABC Family.
No,
When I was younger, yes. When it was Fox Family,
that's
Oh,
different.
yeah.
throwback.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
this wasn't really like
It was a little edgier on Fox Family.
yeah,
Yes.
it was.
ABC
It
was
was.
super childish. You're
yeah,
like,
Yeah.
Fox Family. Oh my god.
Then they had like like the what is that show? I've never actually watched the show, but just the name, the title alone always got me. It was like The Secret Life of Teenage whatever.
Oh, American Pregnancy.
Oh yeah, she's like
The Secret Life
A
of
teen mom,
American
right?
Teenagers. Yeah, she got.
For real? That was a
Yeah,
real
yeah.
show?
that was
Yes,
a real show.
she got
yeah.
pregnant at band camp and then had to
Oh,
hide
snap.
it, and it's like very dramatic.
I mean,
And her
I'm
hair
here
was
for the
always
drama.
Like this. Her hair
Oh,
was always like
stressed
this.
out.
Yeah, it was always
One of
like this.
those. Okay.
And Molly Ringwald was her mom.
yeah,
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 yeah.
I never actually watched it, but I was like, wow, this seems like
It was like a lot. It was a lot. Okay, so now we're gonna jump forward to the year
2214.
because it was 300 years. Okay.
But before we jump forward, we have to go back in time first.
Yes.
So let's take
yeah.
it back
Yeah.
first to the year 1914.
So I wasn't.
That number is so significant in so many history books and in just in movies in general.
Yeah.
oh, really? Tell
1914 is like
why?
19 because of World War II. No, World War One.
Yeah. Yes.
That was World War One. I think. It was
Yes. 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 Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It was either World War One, World War Two.
World War One. World War Two was the 40s.
It was the 40s, right?
Mhm.
So World War One, that 1914, religiously, politically, in just the climate itself, a lot of things
We're going down.
were going and changing. Like a lot of what we have now is a residue of
Yes.
of that year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
'Cause it was,
interesting.
like, leading into like the Spanish flu and like stuff in
All
1918.
the Great Depression,
Yeah,
all,
all
that,
the stuff.
all that
Yeah.
came with 1914.
So
it's
when
like
I
I say,
first
it's a
started on,
significant number.
admittedly, like me and Cameron both had to watch it in increments because I like wasn't paying attention, so I had to like
Mhm.
come back to it. But at first I was like, oh, it's giving the Mummy. And I was like-
Yeah, that's what
The
I
look
thought
of
too.
it, right?
Yeah, I was like,
the
oh.
That
beginning.
intro.
I was like, I thought this was the future, but like, why is it giving Mummy? And I was like, oh, because it's
You have to go back,
1914, and like
yeah.
that's the same like time frame, which made me laugh.
Yeah, yeah. So they start off with, years ago. So if they're in Egypt, 1914, and it seems like there's an archaeologist there working on something, and then there's like a priest.
And like little boys holding like.
And then like
Doing
Luke,
that, yeah,
Luke
yeah.
Perry is like doing a cameo, and you're like, okay,
Why is he here to this day?
Why is
why
he
was
here?
he there?
What
I
was
don't.
Because that was it for him.
he was a good sketch artist.
Yeah, but why was he in the pyramid with this?
I don't
priest?
know.
And then he didn't really do anything outside to shoot the gun once, and then you never saw him again.
Yeah, it was.
Never
don't
understood
know.
that part.
I wonder how much he got paid to do this, but
Probably
whatever.
a lot of money because he was like 90210, like famous.
For 5 minutes?
I love Luke Perry so much.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. for sure.
R.I.P. for sure. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
hmm
Shout out to you, bro.
Yeah, shout out Luke Perry.
But yeah,
So-
he's there for 2 seconds.
He's there for 2 seconds, and like he's like, honestly, like I could just. What I gathered from that short dialogue was like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. Like he's like sketching away, and then the priest is like the fifth element, like, and then
He's shook.
Yeah.
the
he's
entire
shook.
because
So
he's figuring it out. He's cracking the code.
Yeah.
no, what killed me was he was like, oh, like he's like reading it, right, and he was like, in 300 years, and he was like, oh, okay, so I have some time.
All right, we good.
Like he's not worried about it all. He's like, I'll be dead.
Yeah.
Whatever this happens.
But he keeps going like, whatever the kid's name is, light. I need light.
More
and then
lights.
yeah, more
Yeah.
light. And all of a sudden, like something like crashes through, and it's like
Yeah.
these spaceship lights, and these like aliens
Monsters.
come out.
Yeah.
Machine alien.
Machine aliens, but at first, like with their like cloaks on, it really looked like from the movie The Village. Have you ever
Yes.
seen that?
Is that a scary movie? Sounds like
Sort of. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's really. It's
like
like
a thriller
not
type of
you
situation.
won't be.
It's not that scary.
It's more of like a psychological.
Oh, okay.
stupid movie.
I can sleep. I can sleep at night.
Yeah.
Yes, because
Okay,
you're gonna
okay.
be like, what did I just watch?
Oh,
It's like so
okay.
bad. But they like have these like monsters, and they have these like cloaks, so it was like kind of giving The Village a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, it definitely was. That's exactly what I thought about when I saw them too. I was like, oh, here we go again. Because we all
Big
know
machine
if
alien.
you're
Yep.
if you're an avid listener of FSBA podcast, you know we hate The Village.
Yeah.
So we do not
Always.
hate M Night Shyamalan though.
No. We should definitely hate him.
Oh.
I'm tired of the promos being great and the movie being
The
garbage.
movie's horrible.
I'm
Listen-
tired of that. That's great marketing, by the way.
Yeah.
Like facts.
Because you always be like, oh my god, he did it. He did it. And then go,
because he
nah,
did it
played
one
me again.
time. Now people are like, oh, I gotta see if he can do it again, like The Sixth Sense all over
Honestly,
again.
I know that that's just like his thing now, that he always has to make a cameo in all his movies. But honestly, I'm just like, you're annoying.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah,
out of
get out the
here.
I
movie.
don't need you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like your role is like, I just watched actually another one of his movies. That one with new one with Josh Hartnett. Have you guys seen that?
Oh,
What's the name of
Trapped.
it?
Yes,
Nope,
yes.
definitely not.
Okay, so my husband and I just watched it. It wasn't terrible.
It just goes off the rails.
It goes off the rails really fast.
Really fast.
Like honestly, at first it's like kind of like a slow burn, but then you're like always kind of have like this feeling that you're like, okay, I feel like he's like in on it. Like he knows what's going
What's
on.
going on?
So in a nutshell, basically what happens is like a dad and his daughter go to a freaking concert, right? And it's like, let's say they went to go see Billie Eilish.
Okay.
Somebody like that. And like the girl's like crying. Like she's like, oh my God, like I can't believe it. And like the dad's like just being like a nice girl dad. Like he's like there supporting his daughter. But then like people start talking about like this, there's a lot of extra security there that it's weird. Like
Okay.
it's sus.
It's true. Like something's going on.
Yeah.
Like something's going on. So he's like, oh, like what's up? Like there's a lot of like police detail, like what's going on. So he's like, trying to figure it out. And then he ends up like asking like the merch guy. He was like, hey, like I noticed there's a lot going on. Like what's the deal? And the guy's like, oh shit, you guys don't know. It's honestly top secret. But like, you know that like serial killer, the butcher? And he's like, no, who's that? So he like
My
tell-
question was, how did the merch guy know?
Yeah.
Like, how is he in on the top secret mission? Like, someone let that slip. They're not doing a good job.
Well, probably everybody who was working that day, like they knew that
Had like a meeting prior.
they
But-
probably had to sign a waiver.
No,
Facts.
but that's like
Again,
poor
inside
planning.
Like
on
If they're knowingly like luring in a freaking serial killer,
Yeah.
yeah, you better sign that fucking
but they're
NDA.
not going to tell anybody. I feel like they're just.
Well, that guy. So the guy was like felt compelled to tell him because he seemed like a nice dad. Little did he know.
Bomb, bomb, bomb.
Bum, bum, bum.
The dad's a serial killer. Sorry.
Yeah, I know that's
Sorry.
usually that's what I
Spoiler
figured. That's
alert.
what I figured.
Yeah.
I
Spoiler
And he
alert.
went in with
It's
his
him.
daughter to, watch the
Yeah,
show.
but the daughter doesn't know.
I mean, they usually never do.
Yeah.
But then he like kidnaps the pop star. Like, it's crazy. Like, it just goes.
with his kid. Oh,
the-
that's hard.
Yeah. So it just goes off the rails.
Yeah. But once he finds out that this whole concert
He's
is
like, fuck this.
For him.
Yeah.
it's for him. It's a trap to capture him. He's like, oh, okay, well, I need to get the fuck out of here.
ASAP.
So that's like his entire plan, and that's like the movie.
And he still got the pop star.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kidnaps her. It's like it's crazy. It just
My one like the most heartbreaking part about this movie to me was that I noticed that Josh Hartnett closed his gap, and I'm like, why would he do that? That was like the best
You were paying
thing.
attention to that? You girls be paying attention to
yeah,
some weird
of
shit.
course.
Josh Hartnett is one of like, I think probably that was like one of the many celebrities that like I had an awakening to. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Pearl
wait.
Harbor. I watched that recently, and I was
Yeah.
like, any day of the week.
No,
could
I
get
think
it. Like,
Josh
he
Hartnett and
is
me
so
and the
beautiful.
I don't
faculty.
even know who you guys are talking
Josh
about.
Hartnett in the faculty, that's what did it for me. With that, like, I
He
don't
was
know.
a heartthrob of our lives, like
Okay.
of this like 6th, 7th grade. Like
Yeah.
he was just like
Still to this day is, huh?
he
To this
still
day.
can get it. Like
Yeah.
he's so hot.
He looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know who else can still get it? Bruce Willis.
You know, oh yes, 1000%.
Especially in The Fifth Element.
Yes, especially in The Fifth Element. And honestly, we were talking about like Bruce Willis is like, as he aged, like the more hair he lost, like the hotter he got.
Definitely.
Because he didn't need it.
He didn't need it.
Did
he-
not need it.
No, but you know what? Like he is such an attractive
Man.
but I will say like the combination of like his genes and his wife's genes, who like she at the time, right, Demi Moore was his wife, they're both so attractive, and then they created people who were not that attractive. I'm sorry.
They missed the bloodline. They went to the other
It
side.
skipped.
But
I
you
don't
know
know.
what, like all of them look so much like both their parents.
Yeah.
But-
yeah, but
Combination wise.
in an
But-
odd way.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in
Like,
it's
the features weren't placed.
they're just
right.
like they're not
Yeah.
unattractive. They just are odd looking.
Odd
and that's
looking,
regular
yeah.
not
folk,
bad.
Like, a little bit of regular folk don't have that superstardom.
Yeah, because
to
I'm
him.
sorry, your mother is arguably one of the most like she's still so stunning, and he is so attractive. So I just don't really.
Genetics, man.
Yeah, it's funny.
yeah,
Wasn't
yeah.
the right mix.
No.
Very interesting how
y'all,
that
though.
went. But honestly, like, so I read, no, I did not. I listened to the audio
Did you
book.
see a TikTok? about
No,
it?
I actually listened to the audiobook, like her memoir.
Yeah.
So sad, by the way. But she talks a lot about her relationship with Bruce Willis, and honestly, like, goals.
Yeah.
They were honestly just best friends, she said. They were like, and they just grew apart.
That's-
But
Like that.
their time together, raising 3 girls, she said it was like beautiful.
And they're still like, I mean,
They're
he's
so
going through
close.
a lot, but
I
they
mean, he's
seem-
going through all of the whole family's right now.
Yeah.
They seem really tight still, which is really nice.
Yeah.
But
That's
I know.
one-
I'm really sorry I called you guys unattractive now.
your dad's
That's
going-
one of the main reasons why when you asked me a movie, I said him, because seeing what he's going through right now just really hurt me, because I'm like, yo, it's fucking Bruce Willis. Like,
It's
Yeah.
Bruce
There's
there's too many movies
Willis.
where I have watched of Bruce Willis growing
Yeah.
up. It's like Armageddon.
Oh
Classic.
my god.
That's the other one I had in mind. I was like,
Oh my
Fifth Element
God.
is like what got me on Bruce,
Yeah.
and then that's how I watched it. All the Die Hards,
Yep.
So
the
good.
Reds, everything that he's pretty much done, I've seen mostly because he's just that talented of a man.
He's so
He
good.
is, I think it's safe to say for me that he is probably my favorite action star. And Armageddon,
Armageddon.
I had the VHS tape and I like watched it
I
like
went to the movies and saw that.
excessively.
Oh yeah, of
What?
course.
Excessively.
It was a school field trip when we saw Armageddon.
Really?
Yeah, it was a school field trip. I'll never forget it. The old Data movie theater
Yeah.
where what's it called? Where Capitol Grill is now.
Okay.
The movie theater was right there before. This is we're talking way back in the
Yeah.
day.
Yep.
And seeing Armageddon for the first time, never seen nothing like it before. It was just like, yo,
What was
we
the
could really die.
what was the curriculum behind that field trip? Like, I want to know what were they trying to teach?
No, it was just a field trip.
To
It was
see
just a field
Armageddon.
trip. And we saw
Armageddon.
Armageddon in the movie theater. We was like, we left. Everybody was like, yo, this shit could really pop off.
Yep.
Yo.
Oh
So,
my god,
yeah.
I could be an astronaut, and, like blow up a crater, or what? Not a crater, blow up an
When he
asteroid.
died, he said,
No.
take care of my daughter. I was like, yo, fuck that.
yeah,
yo.
yeah, no, that was
This
gut
is why you're the
wrenching.
illest. Yeah.
Gut
like, that's why
wrenching
you're the
moment,
illest,
yeah.
man. So that was a great movie.
Yeah.
That was a great movie.
We love you, Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Hope you're well.
But improve, bro.
I know.
This is for you, my guy.
or just
Yeah.
not be in pain. I don't know.
I
Anyway.
love their him and Ruby Rod's dynamic. in the
Yes.
movie.
Yes.
And shout out to Chris Tucker, man.
Oh my god.
Play
Shout out
that
to Chris Tucker.
so
He was
like,
so
everything.
he looked animated. Like they looked like he drew him, and he was like,
Yeah. When he
Like-
talked to that shorty, when
Yeah.
he rolled up
oh
on
my
her.
god.
Oh yeah.
Demon.
It was
I was
almost,
like, yo, that's
it was-
hard.
it almost looked like a Baz Luhrmann movie. Like you
Yeah.
know, like Romeo.
Yes.
Have you ever seen that, like Romeo and Juliet? How it's like always like
Yeah.
It almost felt like that.
Yes.
A little bit, which I really liked.
Yes.
It was
yes.
really smooth.
Yes.
I agree.
When they all thought the Fifth Element was a man, that drove me insane. And
I know.
Loved it when it was shorty and the sergeant, whatever, couldn't keep his hands.
I was like,
He was looking at her like, he was like, yeah, like I said, perfect. Because the
I was
doctor
like,
was
ew.
just scientific,
Perfect.
right?
Yep.
Like, they
Yeah.
definitely chose the right shorty for that.
Yeah,
definitely.
for sure. So
Oh my God,
we
yes.
definitely skipped way ahead.
But that's
Way
fine.
ahead.
But like
That's
that's
okay.
okay.
That's how it goes.
So after like they discovered this like
the village alien.
so this is like basically essentially it's a prophecy,
Yeah.
right? That 300 years from now there's going to be this like
bad thing.
bad thing that's gonna happen that's gonna potentially destroy all of civilization, right?
And it comes every like 5,000 years or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So
Some dark force comes in.
yeah,
Yeah.
this dark
Yeah.
force, and the only thing that's going to be able to like be their salvation is the fifth element, right?
That's it. Yeah.
And that's it. So they have this like set of stones that they must be preserved, and those like alien people,
Hold on to it. or
Hold
yeah,
on,
they
yeah.
hold on to it, and like in due time, right? They
and
have
then
to,
then they'll drop off the stones in
Yeah.
300 years. Like they'll give it back to the priests or something, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and then like they just trap them in that pyramid
Yeah.
for all of eternity.
Yeah. What's going on until they're ready again? That was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then now we're getting into our time machine and we're
Moving
going
forward.
into the future. So now 300 years have passed and it's the year 2214.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So now like humans are like, honestly,
Where we
wish
are now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where
we
we
are
are now.
really.
Close. You know, the flying cars.
I wish.
Yes. Yes.
Lazy cops.
Yeah.
The whole scene of watching flying cars and how traffic was really confused me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, how y'all not crashing? Where's the lanes at? Because when he was having the lunch with the Asian, I'm jumping ahead. I'm not.
Yeah,
That's
it's
fine,
okay.
that's
It's
fine.
okay.
That's fine.
We're not going like scene by scene. We're just explaining the
Yeah.
moments that are like we need to explain. So like yeah, like in this like show said, at this point, right, we're seeing like this life in the future and it's pretty wild and pretty cool. So like flying cars like he said, and like
Everything's on the move.
Yeah.
everything's on the move, everything's very fast. And we meet our hero, who is Bruce Willis, known as Corbin Dallas. So Corbin Dallas was a special forces major, like in the
But you
military.
don't know that right away. You just think he's like this weird like taxi guy, like
That's
taxi
it, yeah.
driver. Like he's just like kind of a bum.
Yeah.
And his boy is on the phone like, how many points you got?
Yeah. Yep.
Because he's just a horrible driver.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's like, well, I've got 5. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
so
He's basically me. It's like license hanging by a thread.
Oh man, at least you have your license.
yeah, there you go.
I don't know.
I have mine. I drove us here. But before we do meet, so the fifth element, how did they get it? Do the aliens drop it off?
No, remember they got attacked.
Yes. Okay. So
They got
I was
attacked when
confused.
they
I'm
were
like, who's good, who's bad? I was like, the beginning of the movie, I was
Yeah.
like, what is happening?
I know. It's like everybody has the same
Agenda.
but everybody's kind of like against each other.
Yeah.
It seems that way.
So the government, like the United States government,
Yeah.
get the fifth element, and they like
Yeah.
defrost her essentially.
Yes.
In this like
And
tube.
that was dope to see.
That
That
was-
reconstruct a human being off the DNA.
That was really,
The
really
DNA.
cool.
Crazy.
And they explained something about like this specimen, basically like a regular
How
human.
many DNAs we have?
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
This person has.
Like,
yeah, yeah.
like
A little bit Jurassic Park-ish.
Yeah.
Facts,
Like
definitely.
like
Playing with DNA games.
Yep,
and
yep.
yeah.
all of that jazz. Yeah.
So they like basically create this human, and they're like, oh, the fifth element's a man. Like they just know it's a man.
Can't wait to meet him.
Yep. And then this thing is like grown, all the bone, and then it's a woman. It's Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's
Yeah,
she's
Who,
gorgeous.
if you don't know who Mila Jovovich is, so she was a model at this time, like a very
Like,
famous,
Yeah.
a very famous model of the time, and she is like they describe literally perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Um,
she's just the most perfect
Beautiful.
specimen.
Yeah.
And she has the iconic, like, they put these, like, what do they call it? Like warming straps or something on her. And it's
Thermal
like
straps.
Thermal
Straps,
straps.
yeah.
Yep.
Warming
That
straps.
outfit was fantastic.
Oh my god, it was
So good.
fire. It was so
Fantastic.
good. So it's like the white and like it's just
Yeah.
you know the costume.
Facts.
Shout out to
Jean-Paul
Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Gaultier.
Like it's we can say it like that every time.
Jean-Paul Gaultier. I don't know.
I didn't even know that until I got here. Like, who's that? Like, what are the outfits?
Yeah, he's like just this fabulous.
What if we were like
design.
Jean?
Jean-Paul Gaultier?
Oh my god.
That reminds me of there was this YouTube video that it was like these guys, or no, this one taxi like Haitian cab driver. Did you guys ever watch that? But anyway, like he like picks up these like guys and like they're just being dicks, but he's like, no, wait, like I'm Haitian too. And he's like, what's your name? And he's like, Gene. And he's like, what's your last name? He's like, Baptiste. He's like, get the hell out of here.
Get out of here, bro. Definitely Haitian.
But yeah, so anyway, like these people, they seem like they're all aware of what's going on, but they're not communicating very well.
Not at all.
No.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what's really going on.
No.
Too many different
Well,
sides.
like everybody, why isn't the priest in on it? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
The priest
he
is
is,
on
but
it.
he's not. It's like very.
He doesn't want to tell the government what's actually happening.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Why? Like that's probably like need to know information for a government.
When he did try to, they didn't believe him.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
okay.
They never really believed the religious guys. You think they just go nuts,
Yep.
especially until like when the dark matter, when the general was shooting the bombs at the bad guy, whatever, the little round thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, what do we have bigger than 240? And the guy was like, nothing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man. And the president's like, hey, I need y'all to get out of there, but he couldn't move because the bad guy can control people. Remember that? If you remember, I don't know if you guys saw this part, but blood started dripping from his head.
Yep.
Because he got into it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that being has power like that. Even when they made there's a part in the movie where the entity, whatever, is sucking up all the GPS. And he's making a phone call to his partner.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Mind you, I started watching this movie last night, but I've watched this movie so
You
many
just
times,
know it,
like,
yeah.
know every single part. You know what I mean? So I went to bed, like you guys said, knocked out on it, but I'm like, I know the entire movie. at the back of my hand.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, nah, that's that movie, that whole section of him sucking up the GPS and making a phone call. Let me know, oh, okay, they're not playing when it comes to letting everybody know this entity is a real thing. It's not just a force. It has a mind, it's intelligent. Because when he's talking to him, the guy's like, I just want to get paid. But the entity is like, money's of no consequence. That's not what's important here.
Okay, so maybe that's the bigger picture. Though.
That is we were saying that before we got here. We're like, okay, so like we just full disclosure, baby girl angels. Like, if you are watching this episode because you like or you're aware of like the bigger meaning of the movie, we don't know it. So like, good thing that showed us.
Yeah, because we were like, we didn't. It was like
I've never got to talk about movies before.
Yeah.
You know, so I was super excited. Like, word.
No, it's great.
Awesome. Yeah, because like the deeper
Excited.
meaning to the movie we did not gather. So I'm glad that he is here to speak on it.
Yes, that he knew what it was.
He knew what it
Do you
was.
guys remember the end?
Yeah.
Well, what was the main thing about the end? We'll come back to the middle part, but what was the main thing?
So what I thought was like, you know, like the meaning of life, like why even go through it?
Yeah.
And like it was like essentially because love.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So you got it. Because you remember the entire time, Shorty was like, why should I save everybody?
Yeah. She was like, damn, you
'Cause she
guys
had
suck.
saw
She
the
gathered
history.
all the information. She's like, this world
Sucks.
Like,
It
what am I
sucks.
doing?
It
Like,
sucks.
But she's fallen in love with him.
but then
and he
also
loves her.
everybody's like kissing her and touching her. I'd be like, I'm not helping any of you. Like,
Yeah.
literally leave me alone.
They
Yeah.
were all over her.
Oh my god.
They were. It's and I mean,
I get it, but-
that this is why she had to be a woman because like she had to feel it.
She had to feel it.
She had to. She's like, oh my god.
Could not have been a man. A man
No.
would not have been handled that very well.
No.
They were like, you know what? No, they all need to die.
Yeah.
This is
it's almost
crazy.
like that
For real.
maternal factor too.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yes. Very, very true.
And they
very
also
true.
felt like they all had to protect her,
Mm-hmm.
and because she's a woman.
Yeah.
But like
She's
she
more
badass.
powerful
badass. They
than
they
all
weren't
of
even
them.
aware how freaking powerful she actually was. So okay, there's like a lot of
There's a lot going on in this
yeah.
movie.
There's a lot going on, and there's a lot of like what do you call it? Like just like
meanings on the
Meanings,
characters.
like things. Yeah.
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 There's a lot of symbolism in it.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
movie.
Yeah, that's right.
we were all looking.
Yeah.
I was like the
Um,
things.
we're like
There's a lot
clues.
of things. There's a lot of things in the movie.
like hidden things.
symbolism.
Symbolism.
So yeah,
So
so
there's a lot of symbolism in
Yeah.
the movie. Anyway, so back to this girl being
They defrost
like,
her,
Yeah,
Yeah.
not really build her.
yeah, they reconstruct her.
Yep.
So like she is revived, right?
Mhm.
And then she like breaks out of
She
there.
freaks out.
She freaks out. She's like, "Oh, why am I in this tube?"
Yeah.
And
What's
she's like,
going on?
punches through
that
it,
was
and they're
fire.
like,
That should have let them know she was stronger than what they.
Yeah, when
Exactly.
she punched through the tube, and what
she
did she?
busted out of there. Like it was like, oh my god.
Nothing.
There is a part though. That punching through, if you slow it down, pause it, you see where they crack it open for her to punch. So that's stuff that I was like, wait.
It's 1997.
Yeah. You know, but it was good. I was like, oh, I like that.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So she actually had to punch through it, so it was great to see that.
Yeah,
Like, all right.
cool. So she punches through. She's like, I'm out.
She
Yeah.
dips off.
Yep.
She was out of there, and like that shot of her like jumping out,
Fire.
fire.
So good.
No
So it's like
fear,
futuristic
nothing.
New York City, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, like for the time, like the graphics on this movie
It was
are
good.
Yeah,
really,
the flying
really good.
cars,
Yeah.
like, it was
Yeah.
good. It was good.
It was
Yeah.
real grungy looking. Like, what New York is. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
It was good. It was good
I
for
can
that.
say honestly, a lot of shots were like, well, 1985 versus like the 80s, which is that was when Star Wars would have came out. Because I'm like, yeah, it was better than Star Wars, but
for what the scene was,
Yeah.
what they were trying to give off, it was better than Star Wars because Star
Yeah.
Wars is kind of repetitive in its look.
Mm-hmm.
There was no change.
Yeah.
There was change with this.
Totally.
In
but
different
like
scenes.
this, I mean, CGI was
Yeah,
more advanced
definitely.
then.
True.
But yeah, so like she is out of there, and when she dips and jumps out of like the building, Corbin Dallas is driving his cab, and then she like literally falls from the sky into his cab, and he's like,
Right into my lap, baby.
he was like, it's my lucky day.
Like, this is crazy.
So something we didn't talk about was like, so he's like lonely, and
Looking for love.
yeah, he's looking for love, and then this,
The one,
this
just one.
yeah, just the one, and then this like perfect
Naked
human
girl, like,
specimen
jumps-
yeah.
Yeah. Drops into his
It's
car.
big fair.
Yeah.
Big fair, as you said.
Yeah, so he's like, whoa. So she's like freaking out, but she also doesn't speak English.
But she's learning really quick.
Yeah, but she hasn't learned yet at this point. Like she speaks the divine language. And he's like, okay, and she's like, manages to read like help. So she like keeps like reiterating that because like now like cops have shown up and they're trying to
Like they
Take
open
her.
the door, and he's like, "You gotta get out." And she's like, "Help, help!"
and he's like, okay.
Every man's weakness. Woman
Damsel in
crying out.
distress.
Love it, yo.
So
Can't
then,
help it.
yeah. So he's like, oh, "Okay," and he like dips out, and she's like getting rattled around in the back seat.
Having a blast.
Yeah.
Having a
Okay,
blast.
so completely different topic. Now that you said like, you know, that is a weakness for men and they have to respond to like a woman in distress, like a damsel in distress. Would you believe that story? I don't know if you know anything about Housewives, but
Yeah, I've watched a couple episodes.
okay, so Real Housewives of Potomac.
Not that one. I've
Okay.
heard. What town is that?
So that's in like DC area,
Okay.
DMV.
Okay.
Basically this like guy who honestly is like terrible. He's like married to Robin Dixon. So his name is Juan Dixon. He used to play basketball and now he's like a coach. But honestly, like he's terrible to her. And she takes it every time. So
Sounds about right.
the scandal was that he was talking to another woman like through like Instagram or whatever. Like he said that he never really did anything, but then she is meeting someone else at a hotel and the guy like stood her up or something like that. So she reached out to him because he lives in Baltimore and this was in Baltimore, and that he felt very bad, so he went over there and paid for her hotel. Do you believe that story?
Niggas. I like that. I like the effort though. That was good. That was,
Like,
that's a
she
good
was
one.
stranded, and I had to help her.
Yeah, of
and
course. Can't leave a woman out
No.
there.
That's
Please.
why the hotel room was under his name, because naturally he had
she
to
was
pay
gonna
for
be
it.
stranded.
She was gonna be stranded.
She need a place to
She
stay.
didn't know anybody else in the
No.
area, and she remembered that. Oh yeah, you know, a few months ago I was talking to Juan Dixon.
Let me just hit him
I
up
yeah,
randomly.
out the
Yeah.
blue.
and have a
We don't
pay-
think things through. I learned out the hard way. We don't think this through. We can get up on our own bullshit. You know, it is what it is. That's not our job. We just want to do what we got to do. And then we can. All right. You were right. My bad. It is what it is. You took me back though. She took him back though.
Yeah,
She took him back.
Yeah.
She sure did.
Yep.
Yep.
As long as we go back home.
Yeah, no, for real. That's literally what she
That's-
thinks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bruce Willis is driving around like she's crashing around in the back. She's got a head injury. She's not awake.
No.
When
like, oh.
So basically, in this like dirty New York City, there's like fog. So like they go below the fog,
Yep.
which is like the underground, and like the police are like looking for him.
The way he hides was crazy too. I was like, how did you?
Wasn't like this?
It's vertical.
Yeah.
I guess. So.
Yeah.
And then he's like checking her. She's like literally dead in the backseat. Like she's not awake. How does?
the sign, symbols?
Yes. How does he know to bring her to the priest?
Because she was saying his name.
Oh,
Okay,
yes,
okay.
Cornelius, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes, I looked. He brings this girl, the fifth element, to this priest. And didn't he say I looked you up in the phone book? And I was like,
Yeah.
that's really funny.
That's real. We don't have that no more.
I know.
I missed the phone book and the right book. That was a good time.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever used a phone book for anything. I would just call the information line.
Oh,
You
I
had
definitely
would
would look at people.
Yeah.
Definitely
Address.
looked up
You
people
gave their
before.
address and phone
I'd be like
number. It's
Ruth Ann
crazy.
Bryant.
It's crazy.
Residential.
Well, we didn't have MapQuest. We didn't have what we have now.
No, you print it out.
Yeah,
you gotta
nobody
be
was-
you gotta be a
nobody was
cartographer and like
Yeah, yeah.
look at the map.
And
to
know
figure
the
out where
streets
you're
very
going.
well.
Yep.
Know they coming up too.
Yep.
Did you ever get lost because your GPS died?
Yes.
Oh, I still get lost with the GPS,
Stop
even if
it.
it's not.
If it's
dead.
multiple turns, I get confused.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
Too much
But
going
that's
on
also like just like the way that Massachusetts, it's the layout.
The
Like
layout
it doesn't make
Boston
any
is
sense.
not-
It's so
it's-
weird.
It's not in a grid
It
system.
doesn't adjust when
It
there's traffic or construction going
Nope.
on.
I'm pretty sure
Detours.
I'm pretty sure they made it for like how the cows, like
They did.
yeah,
That's true.
how the cows would travel through their pastures.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they made the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Pick whatever you need to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, now in real time, we're getting lost still.
Still.
But yeah, I remember I was like going somewhere with my friends. I was like, oh, let's all go to the lake or whatever. It was like a really hot day. And then all of a sudden we're like en route to it. And like my GPS dies. And I'm like, oh, and my friend's like, now what? I was like, I don't know.
You got to figure this out.
I'll never forget. I was like a kid, like driving to a dance competition, and my dad couldn't go, so I had to be the GPS for my mom. And she was like, "Wait, make sure you read me the directions like as they come." And I missed a turn, and I got scared and didn't tell her. We got so long. I was so scared because I know I fucked up, and she was so mad at me. I was
After
like,
the first turn, we just lost
I missed it
everything.
because we were like on the highway. It was like really scary, and I was like, we missed it. I can't say anything.
That's out.
Yeah.
Next
She's
one,
like,
Mom.
"Oh, when's the turn?" I'm like, I don't know. She's like, "You have the paper in front of you." Like, I'm like,
It's like, I don't know why
How
you
old were
even
you?
handed this assignment to me.
8. I don't know.
Exactly.
That's her fault.
Like, yeah, that's her
definitely
fault.
her fault.
No, I know totally, but I was like, "Oh my god, I can't. I'm never gonna make it."
Definitely her fault.
Yeah, for sure.
That's way too much pressure for a child.
I'm like, could I read yet? I don't know. Like, why was I given this? Yeah, no, I could read, but
Read.
it was like, why was I given this task? But
Responsibility. That's crazy.
yeah,
Honestly, like, I feel that at least for like our generation, like a lot of these things were passed on to us, and like our parents would look at you like, come on, I know you're not stupid. And you're like,
Right now. I realize it now.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, are you dumb, bro? Like, you can't
Yeah.
put two and two together, but it's like they kids, they really can't.
they
put
can't.
two
Their brain is not there yet. Like, yeah.
no.
Ooh, that's like a passed down thing from our own parents. 'Cause they looked at us like, you can't figure that out. You dumb as hell. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm 9.
And yeah, I'm like, I don't know.
I know.
Yeah.
That's
They
even
expect
like
us
my
to.
kind of like my management style. Like, I'm like, come on.
Yeah. Common sense ain't common sense. Even to us people who have with common sense.
Yeah. It is true. That saying was
Yeah.
more accurate than we knew.
Oh shit.
But yeah, so anyway, they bring her to Cornelius, and he's like, oh my God, she's perfect.
He's like, like he's like losing his damn mind.
Yeah.
So he's like gonna find her clothes. So he's like in his closet, and he like blows by his assistant. And the assistant's
Yeah.
like the assistant's typing what?
Okay, the assistant's like, whatever he's wearing on his head reminded me of like those, what do you call the things that you use to like pour liquids into something?
Like a funnel?
Yeah, it looks like a funnel. The ones that like pop up. And then they break down again. You push.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
literally what it is.
Yeah. So mind you, this girl is passed out on. So he like lays her on this couch.
Yeah,
And
she's always passed out.
oh, and then the priest is like, "Oh, wake her up." It's like,
Wake her up.
what are you gonna do? So what in Bruce Willis's mind, the way he's like, okay, how am I gonna wake up this girl? Kiss her.
Catch
He's
her.
he's a romantic.
He was in love. I mean,
He's
He
a
is-
hopeless
She
romantic.
is asleep on the couch. She doesn't know you. She doesn't speak the language. So he
I know, but
kisses
he's
her.
thinking about. He's probably thinking like Sleeping Beauty.
that's why you got the gun to his
Salt.
head.
Assault.
Gamuts.
Literally, so and then literally she pulls a gun to his head. I'm like, you go, girl.
Yeah.
You go.
She was like, no, it's 22:14. You can't do that.
You know who I am, motherfucker? You just gonna kiss me, bro?
Yeah,
That's
it's like-
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. It's like, yeah, no shit.
bro.
Yeah, what do you think?
That kind of
She's like,
me off.
never
Yeah.
without asking
There's
movement.
a rando shorty like that.
She's asleep.
Yeah,
And
like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
that
She also has like a head injury. Like, can we leave the girl
I
alone?
was like, all right, this is a man side thing. This is a man thought.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is man
That
shit.
was like a stupid move.
Yeah.
You know, he's thinking it's gonna be romantic. It's not. It's
No.
assault. Like
You literally-
He's in his own head. Like, this is playing out the way I
Yeah,
want
and then when
right
she
now.
pulled the gun, he's like, oh, ooh, definitely shouldn't have done that.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, she said ectogamut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She asked the priest after what that meant.
He said never without asking.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
I get that tattooed like on my forehead.
Never without asking. It's a movement.
Never without asking.
Consent is a
it.
real thing.
Yeah,
No, for
consent.
real. Never without asking is so good.
Do men
Yeah.
have consent? Look at y'all. Look how quiet y'all got.
What?
I
Do
mean,
men have
yes.
consent?
Oh, yeah. I didn't hear what
I
you
mean,
said. I was
everyone
like, what
should
did you say?
have
Oh.
consent.
Yeah, there should always be consent.
Always.
Oh, okay. All right. Just making
Yeah,
sure.
So
yeah.
I was like, I mean, I don't mind.
That's the thing. Most men are not gonna be mad.
Yeah, they're like,
That's the thing about it. It's like,
no.
oh, she's touching me. I'm so good.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh my
okay.
God, no. Cause like, did you guys watch Baby Reindeer?
Yes.
No.
Oh,
The one on Netflix
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the one little kid with the horns and stuff.
No.
No.
That's a,
You know what I'm talking about,
yes,
right?
it's a different.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this is
No.
different.
It's basically this British comedian who came up with like a one-man show about he had a stalker, and it was like how it actually like you're like, oh, like that's crazy. Like there's no way that could happen, and it just shows like how it can actually
it can
happen.
definitely happen.
and
It's
get out of
so
control
effed up.
because he doesn't want to be mean, but then it's like
It's
that
very hard.
line
It's very hard.
of ooh, went too far. So
Yeah, and then she like actually like physically assaults him. It's so disturbing to watch.
Not shocked at that either.
yeah.
Not shocked at that either.
It is so yes, like there is like such a thing as a consent for a man. Like
Mhm.
everybody needs
Somebody
to.
care about us.
Yeah.
Look how y'all even saying it.
Yeah. No.
You'll be all right, bro.
Everyone, no is no. Yes is yes. I don't
Yes.
know.
Honestly.
And yes can turn into no, and that's fine too.
Yeah. Honestly, read body language too, and also ask questions like, "Are you sure you're comfortable with this?"
Vibes is everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can
Some
always tell.
like something feels off. Do not proceed, even though she's like, "Okay." Like,
Bruce
Don't.
Willis,
he
he
just
read
jumped
it.
the gun.
Yeah, he read it. He was like, okay, okay.
This
Yeah.
is good. This is
Okay.
good.
he
Yeah.
was like, she wants it.
Yeah.
I will say the microwave scene when she put the pill in the microwave and then the big. I was like, how unhealthy is?
Chicken.
Yeah, she was eating like crazy.
Yeah.
She
The
was.
whole thing.
Well,
the seconds too.
Yeah.
Honestly, that chicken looks so
They
good.
look good.
It reminded me of like Flavor of Love when she puts the raw chicken in the microwave.
That was a whole lot.
I
was
love
a
that
whole lot.
show.
That show was amazing.
Flavor of Love.
Oh,
That
nothing
was a
like
time in
it.
TV.
Yeah,
Oh,
That was
yeah.
a time in TV.
that was a golden age of reality TV.
Yeah, because I'm not into none of that now.
Oh, I still.
You
They're all
couldn't do
corny.
it now, though. It would never be the same.
None of that
No,
shit.
it would not be acceptable. No way.
Because people are too aware. New York was not aware of, like, this is who she is.
Yeah.
People are too self-aware and, like, trying to produce things for TV.
It's too much.
That's
I
who
know,
she is.
everything
if you're
is
not gonna
just-
allow recklessness to happen,
Yeah,
then there's no point.
totally.
If
Yeah.
you're gonna be worried about people saying the wrong thing, we say the wrong thing in general every day.
I know.
Let it fly.
Yeah, it's too censored, but people are too sensitive.
To me nowadays, like I don't care about that. That actually, to me, that actually works. Being sensitive, I'd rather hurt your feelings because then the ratings come in. You're gonna talk about my show
Yeah.
because it's
True.
hurting your feelings. I'll take the promo. Thank you.
Yeah.
For me, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I do want you to be yourself.
I'm gonna hurt your feelings because that's how sensitive you are. That your feelings are hurt. It's
Just
it's
like
a
get
joke.
over it.
Yeah, that's my MO.
Keep it
in life.
pushing. Yeah.
Yeah, like you be alright, bro. You
He's
be
like,
okay.
Lilu, you shouldn't have dozed out.
Facts. You be alright.
Wake
You be
up.
alright.
Yeah, wake
You
up.
be alright. You put the gun to his head. He got the
He
message.
got the picture.
He
Yeah,
got
yeah,
the
yeah.
Yeah,
message.
he
So-
got the
You know
picture.
what
He was like, okay.
So he, like, leaves.
Yeah.
And then she's with the priest eating her microwavable chicken.
Yeah.
And then the
I'm
government
saying? It was
shows up.
grilled, too.
Government shows up. Yeah.
And what is the priest?
They
name?
rigged it.
Yeah.
Lost in Paradise.
Oh,
Lost
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
Paradise.
So
yeah.
they find out that what are they looking for from
The
diva?
Stones.
The Stones. I find the Stones are with the diva, hence my blue bodysuit. I'm channeling
Yes,
the
sir.
diva.
Laguna.
Come through, Diva.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
channeling the diva and
Yeah,
Uncle
Lilo,
Fester,
obviously.
but Lilo
Lilo.
via via Uncle Fester. Right?
No, but like literally, like we bought that wig for our Uncle Fester costume for our Adams family themed Halloween party.
but it's Lilu.
Yeah, today it's Lilu, and
yeah.
it's nothing
Lilu, too.
other than Lilu.
Yep,
So
yep.
we wouldn't even utter that name.
Right. So we find out that the diva, this opera singer, has all the stones, and she's on this other planet. That it's like some big gala, right? So there's all the people that are going to see her
All the
perform,
important people.
and they're like, okay, there's one flight out, but the next one isn't for like 3 months or
Yeah.
something crazy. So we see Bruce Willis's character. His mom calls. She goes, "I need a vacation. Why won't you take me on this trip?" She's like this old Italian mom.
I know that lady is so freaking annoying.
And
Oh
he's
my
like,
god.
"What are you even talking about?" He's like, your name's been on the radio. The radio.
Yeah, the radio.
Blasting for the past
2214 radio.
Okay, sure.
At least let it be like, friggin' Pandora.
right. Streaming.
Wow.
They didn't even know what streaming was. Really,
No.
which is so funny.
Maybe streaming was eliminated by 2214.
Maybe. But anyway, so
Well, then
Bruce Willis-
we'd be fucked because
Yeah.
this is
this is not happening.
I know.
There's no music happening.
No,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
no. So Bruce Willis's character has won a contest to go to this. What's it called?
Floss in Paradise.
Floss
in Paradise. And actually, the government had rigged the
Yeah,
competition.
they rigged it.
Because this is when you find out he was a secret agent and the most highly trained
In
person
all
in
of
his
these
field.
things. That
Yep.
that scroll was crazy. I
Yep.
was like,
Yep.
damn.
And and they're like, "You're the only one left from your crew of people."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody else died. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So
So he's like, okay.
sure. But then all of a sudden, like, he sees, like, so his general and all 2 other people are like, "Oh, and this lady's gonna pretend to be your
It's like,
wife."
hell
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. And he's like, "Oh fuck." And then Lilu is at the door.
He throws
Yeah.
him right into the freezer.
Yeah, right in the freezer. He's, Get in there. I'm in love. I'm gonna get married. Like,
Yeah.
Don't blow this.
She
to
doesn't
me.
know this yet, but that's what's gonna happen. Real
Right.
weirdo shit.
He's banking on that big
Right.
time. He's like, oh my god, this girl.
Yep. And then so he throws his people in the freezer.
Yeah,
Which is so cool. All the compartments to his house was crazy.
I know. And I love the bed that you never have to make.
Bruce Willis's character, the general's there, he throws him in the freezer. Lilu comes with the priest, and they're like, "Sorry, we need those tickets to get to the diva to get the stones." But then the bad guys show up and are looking for Lilu,
Yeah.
and he throws Lilu in the shower that goes up. Right?
Yep.
The bathroom's so cool. The whole setup's
So
cool.
yeah.
And he throws the priest in the bed that sucks under, like almost like a trundle.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm saving your life. Shut up.
Shut
Yeah.
up, bro.
Shut up. Like, listen to me."
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, you don't hear the bad people like looking for her.
He hear nothing.
Coolest.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
Nothing.
like, shut up.
Yeah.
So then what happens with the bad people?
Because it was the cops that came.
Yeah.
That were working for the bad guy.
Right.
So they have to put.
That's why I was
their-
confused. I'm like, okay, who's who? Like, who's
Who's the
looking
bad
for-
guy?
You're also all looking for the same thing. Like, just like, let's work
But
together.
everybody knows who, what Corbin Dallas looks like.
Oh,
That's right.
Right.
That's why
Right.
He said, "Oh, I'm a chop," whatever he's called himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then the other guy was like, "Smoke you."
Yeah.
That's our guy.
Yep,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yep.
So that's how we got. He was able to get away, and they tagged the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
But then the aliens, with like in the shapeshift,
Yep. Oh.
came.
Yeah.
And killed the cops, whatever, and took the body bag of the fake Corbin Dallas.
Oh, yes. So then he goes back to his house and he like looks and like the generals are frozen solid.
Frozen.
Yeah.
I'll take the mission.
They're dead. Yep. And then he like gets Lilu. He's like, "Oh, you're so frozen. You're so
sorry,
wet.
I
You're
forgot
so
about the
wet."
shower.
It's
Like-
like, poor thing. Oh my god.
and then he opens up, the priest is like freeze dried inside the bed, like
Yup,
suffocating.
yup,
He's like,
wrap,
"Oh,
wrap. My bad, bro. My
He's
bad.
like- He's like saran wrap.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Saran wrap.
Have
Yeah.
you ever seen the videos of the kids that like accidentally put like plastic bags over their head and they like are suffocating? The mom
Yeah.
just like pokes a hole in their mouth. Like that's what it was. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
what I
exactly
felt.
what it was.
Literally what it was.
Panicking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Panicking.
So then they're like going to go to Flotsam Paradise. What is
Yeah,
it?
Floston Paradise.
Flotsam Paradise.
I
Floston.
don't know how they got that name.
Yeah.
either. When they were at the airport,
Mhm.
the aliens were looking for them, and everybody showed up as Corbin Dallas.
Yes.
It was so weird.
Well, the priest conks Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Sorry, we got to do this, and like conks
Mhm.
him over the head.
Yeah.
And Shorty's like, why would you do that?
Yeah,
We need him.
yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
She's like, no
He's
worry,
like, oh,
we'll figure it out. Yeah.
It's fine. So the airport, and it's like the assistant who had the funnel on his head.
Yeah.
The kid.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was like, whoa. He's the worst one.
Yeah,
Where's
he's
one?
definitely.
He's so not
The bitch.
confident.
He was
He's
like,
no
"What's going
confident.
on?"
He's useless.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, he should be doing this, not me.
Yep.
This is crazy.
But also, like, you didn't do that good of knocking out Bruce Willis because he like came to and he came behind you very quickly.
And
Yeah,
that's when he
very
took
quickly.
the
Yep.
thing from the general.
Mhm.
Yep.
I'll take the mission.
Yep.
Cool,
Yep,
cool.
takes the mission. So they go and they check in for the flight. And then like Lilo's like over there talking about her multi-pass.
Multi-pass. Classic. I love the transition.
She's
on
like
really
Lilu
English.
Dallas
Yes,
multi-pass.
it's so good. And then, but I love how it's like every like 45 people are pretending to be Corbin Dallas, and the flight attendants are like,
What's going on here?
I'm like,
But the fact that they were able
He
to see
checked in
through
already.
"Oh, the alien guy."
Yeah.
They were like, "It says
and
bad,
she goes,
dangerous."
I'll be right back. It dips off. and
Yep,
that's when
that
the
was
danger-
so good.
that was
which
good.
was so smart how she did that, because honestly I always get so frustrated in movies when people like don't know how to like bullshit. I'm like, why?
Just lie. They don't need to know.
Literally
Yeah.
lie. Like if you see that somebody's dangerous, I'd be like, oh yeah, like give me a
I'll
minute, I'll be right back.
You know what I'm saying?
You wanna
Not
come?
like, no.
You're bad.
Give it up. Like, come on. Never been in the hood before.
Play it cool.
Just
Play it cool.
Fake it till you make it. Like they
Yeah.
don't know that
Come on.
you know.
Are you trying to live? If you know this person is dangerous,
Yeah.
why would you take them off?
It also is showing you what they actually look like. Like, I'm not messing with that
Yeah.
alien. Like, they're scary.
Yeah. Oh my god. A movie that did it so well was when they did that Halloween remake, and the little boy who was getting babysat, he was
I don't
like,
watch scary movies, so you're on your own.
listen, this one was so well done. It was like the best part in the movie. So like the little boy's like being babysat, and then like, you know, obviously the killer's there, and he sees him and he's like, I'm fucking out of here, and like
Outta here.
runs out of the house and like survives, because he's like, no, I'm not sticking around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like right away he's like, yeah, something's off. And then he, sure enough, like peeks outside his room, and he's like, I'm out of here.
yeah. Yeah, so then it's like the alien guy. How does he get away? They get him away?
They jump into the trash.
Okay, yes. And then it's the final people pretending to be like
Corbin Dallas.
Corbin Dallas and
The
Lilo.
main bad guy is side guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and
but we
then-
didn't say our boy
Ooh.
makes
yeah.
his like first appearance.
Oh yes. yes,
So
when they
Ruby
get on the ship.
Rod,
Yeah,
and he's like,
Ruby Rod.
Corbin Dallas.
Yeah.
So he's super hyped because
He's a radio talk show host.
yes, he's like a
going
talk
crazy.
show host, and he is a part of like that whole sweepstakes, whatever it is. So he's like, you know, like he is
The
podcasting.
description-
Okay,
Yes.
he
The
is
description
podcasting.
Of what goes on Floss Empire, Lip and Lotties, that whole phrase that he gives off is probably the best iteration I've ever seen character-wise.
Yes.
Because nobody did it better. And the spin towards Corbin Dallas.
He is so serious. Like he takes his role so serious,
It was
which is why
perfect.
I had to like serve this look so seriously.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, no, he did that great.
Of course.
Yeah.
He did that
And
great.
Corbin Dallas was like so like scared.
Flat.
He was like, you need to have more
need
than 2 words in
something.
your vocabulary. Like,
Like,
I need
please.
more. Yeah. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was
Oh my
fantastic. When he was
So
like,
good.
green how? Green. Any kind of green you want. I was like, what kind of yes man is this? But yeah,
So
no.
good.
Yeah.
That was a great part.
So good. And he's also like a ladies man.
Oh man. That was honestly, I would say a lot of the game that I got for talking to women came from watching.
Oh, amazing.
Wow. I
Okay.
love that.
Okay. I love that.
Because he
I
was
love-
so smooth. Even though he was flamboyant and all of that, he was super smooth and confident. And
Listen,
They
why do you
loved it.
think that Prince was
he was the man.
Yeah.
he was the man?
Super.
Like
Prince
very
in his high
flamboyant, but you have
heels,
to be very fucking
You have to own
confident.
Yeah.
that shit. You have to
Yeah.
own that shit.
Own it.
fully,
Yep.
all the way through. Yeah. That was the thing. I was like, I'm a short guy, not short, but average height. All my friends were like 6+. It's like, all right, I gotta figure out how to make.
You have to have a
moves here.
personality.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, I gotta
Yeah.
be I'm the flamboyant one of my crew.
There you go.
Yeah,
So-
I love that. Honestly, like for me, the hottest thing in a man is if you can make me laugh. Like that's number one. If you can make me laugh, like for me, I'm like I want to hang out with him all the time.
All the time.
Or just carry a conversation. It's
Yeah.
a lost skill,
I
people.
did not know that was such a big thing. Because I talk, obviously. But my girl, and she was like, no, so the reason you can talk to girls is because you like to talk.
You can actually carry a
hold
conversation
without giving off that I want to fuck you vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. I mean, that's essentially
And I
why
never
we're
understood
cool.
that. I
Yeah.
never
Because I'm like, yo,
understood
this dude was so much fun. He was so chill. We hung out. We talked about literally everything.
The worst thing someone could ever say about me is if I'm boring.
I know. And I,
Do you know what I mean?
Honestly, if somebody said that about me, I'd be like, you're lying.
There's no way.
You're
No,
lying.
no,
And
if
I'd be
you're
like,
really
and you're a
What
hater.
side of me did you get that?
No,
day?
I mean, like, that's truly the most offensive thing you could ever say
Yeah.
to me. That's like, might as well slap me. Like,
I'd be like, also, you're a hater because I
Yeah.
know that's not true.
You're
Like,
a hater about me, but-
I know
but
that's
also,
not
like,
true.
What's fun for you then? If I'm not,
right,
if
if
I'm
I'm
then
boring,
yeah.
what are you?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
no.
So, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
from the what. Like clunk out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause depending on if I'm watching an action flick or I'm deciding to, you know what, I really want to go to sleep, so I watch something slower paced. Most of the time, it's not. I'm putting like Pirates of the Caribbean or some shit.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so.
Oh my God, I watched that movie like a few months back because, well, actually probably last year because we were pirates for Halloween.
Pirates of the Caribbean? I
Yeah.
watch that shit like once a month. All of them. I
It's
can't
so
help it.
good.
Such a
Keira
grace.
Knightley was so young. I didn't realize she was like
So young.
17.
I'm like, whoa, how
Yeah.
did I forget about this movie?
No, because I was like, how old is Keira Knightley? Because I feel like she's young, but our age, but she's also been around for so
She's been around for a
long.
minute.
She has to be like,
She's our age. She's
is
like
she
30.
She
is?
has to be
I
our
don't think
age.
she's 40 yet. No,
Yeah.
she was 17 in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Did you ever watch
And we were
Atonement?
Yes.
We were definitely in mid-20s when Pirates of the
We won't be watching that movie for this
Yeah.
podcast. That
I'm
movie's
furious.
Atonement.
Nah.
I'm furious.
Furious. It's one of those movies where you're just like, where's the justice?
Okay.
Yeah, don't do
It's
it.
like Mystic River.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so they put them to keep it moving.
Yeah.
They-
Yeah, go
To
ahead.
go back to the Fifth Element.
Yeah.
And not Mystic River, because that could be a whole.
That's a whole nother thing.
I know.
I do love that movie.
I
though.
know we have to do that because
The
it's
screaming,
Boston.
Sean
Yeah.
Penn screaming is the best screaming I've ever
Sam,
heard.
my daughter in there. He's losing it. And I feel him. Oh my God. It's like
It's not
gut wrenching.
funny.
It's
It's
gut
not
wrenching.
funny
No,
at
it's
all,
not.
but-
This movie is not funny. But let's go back to
Couple
Happy Times
scenes.
with the Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Where are we? We're at
So-
the stadium.
Yep.
They've made it so Floss in Paradise.
Yep.
And now Laguna is walking around, and she finally sees Lulu in the hallway.
Yes.
Mm.
And she does this mind thing when she's talking to her subordinate, whatever.
Yep.
And she says, what does she say to Lulu? The queen or whatever will see you after. We'll get what you want after the show.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, okay. and then that's when everybody comes. The bad guy comes into the ship also. He lands, and the aliens are like, all right, we're about to go on. We're about to get our revenge. Boom, boom, boom. And that's when little Miss Laguna starts singing it. Honestly, to this day, that's probably one of the best performances I've seen. As a live opera.
No,
just
she's so good.
So good. I don't know what
good.
actress that is.
I don't even know.
She killed that.
So
Mesmerizing.
I forget her name, but here's a little tea. She was married to the director of this movie. After this movie, he divorced her and married Mila Jovovich.
I ain't mad at
Titanic. It's James Cameron. It's giving James Cameron.
Damn.
James Cameron left his wife for the
that's right. He
the
did do that.
granddaughter. Yeah, the lady.
So
who played the
apparently
granddaughter.
directors do this a lot. Which is...
I mean,
that's kind of what comes with the territory.
but
that's horrible, though.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised.
Well, that's the tea on
Yeah.
whatever his name is.
Her performance in that has cemented her forever.
yeah,
So
she had that.
that's
You know
true.
what I'm saying?
It's so iconic.
That's the moment right there
Just
that everything goes off.
Her
For me, it's
look.
like when she starts breaking it down. She's like,
Yeah. Oh my god. I don't know, fight scenes after things is going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was perfect.
yeah. So like this is the big showdown, right? Everybody's
This is the
there
turning point of
at the
everything.
same time, and then she's doing her performance, but like
Shit's going down.
shit is going down like back in the room, and Lilu is like now
Kicking ass.
she's kicking ass. She's
Remember
like
when she like took in all the kung fu like at the priest house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's learning everything. Yeah. She warped.
that is like the
guy's
coolest
ass.
thing ever. Like I wish that I could just watch a whole bunch of movies and then all of a sudden I'm like,
I do have to say though, when I watch more, I have more appreciation. I actually love women actors, action heroes more than men,
Oh, I agree.
because women, y'all, the finesse, but the cruelty of it is so much more like astounding more than men. Because I expect the aggression from men.
right.
I expect that kind of aggression, but the way most of the women assassins or action killers, the way y'all get rid of people is like, damn, where'd you pull that from? Like, oh
Yeah.
shit. Oh yeah.
I have to say,
And it's
probably
period too. It's like
Yeah.
more appealing too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
damn.
It just like looks cool.
It looks cool. Yeah.
when a woman is a killer.
yeah.
Facts.
One of the most
They're the best assassins, honestly.
I agree.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
expect them to
it's like
do
Kill
it.
Bill.
Yeah.
Kill Bill.
So
Kill
good.
Bill's
Yeah,
So
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, "Oh my god, obsessed with Kill Bill" when it came out. But what I was gonna say was that one of the most satisfying things for me to watch is like somebody could just get like clocked in the mouth.
Like just got swing on. Just
Yeah,
get swung
like
on.
a man by a woman. Like you need shut up.
Damn.
I love that.
That is sexy.
It is so satisfying though, because honestly, like
Y'all want to do that to
the
us.
way because it's the way that men talk to women. That's what needs to happen to you.
Shut up.
Like, shut the fuck up. Don't talk to me like that.
Yeah.
Or like, that's disgusting what you just said to me.
Bow.
Pow.
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
Or if they
Because
say-
you know what? It like takes me back. It's like your mom needs to be present for this.
Would you say that to your mother?
Yeah. No, you wouldn't, because this is what
This is
happens.
crazy.
Yeah. That's
I'm gonna knock you
listen.
out.
Or my favorite, another disarming thing is like if they say a gross joke, you're like, I don't get it. You have to explain it.
Yes.
True. That's a man joke.
I saw that. Yeah.
My favorite thing to ask men is like, what did you mean by that?
Yeah, that never ends well.
Yeah.
Or another one, which I actually had to say to someone after they asked me, have I ever fucked it on a high-rise building? I was like,
On a what?
mid-shift, working security. He's
If
like,
you've ever fucked on a high-rise building?
Yeah, he's
in a
like-
high-rise building.
in a high-rise building.
What kind of question is that?
I said, now what the hell possessed you to ask me that right now?
Yeah, like
Mid-shift.
That's disarming. That's like really weird.
That's
was
way
like-
left. Like
he
where did that
was
even come
like-
from?
Yeah. What?
Honestly, I thought about it, and I thought I'd regret it more if I never asked you.
That's not like that's something you say when like you're trying to say something like really lovely, like, you know, I just have to tell you how beautiful you are and how funny you are. Like that's something you regret not saying.
To this day, when I tell you like my blood was boiling, I was like,
Like, what was the conversation prior? Like, what led up
was
to
he
that?
just like showing you around?
yes.
What? He was giving you a tour?
He was training me.
Oh, my God.
He was training me, and then we got to this like empty floor, and he was like, this floor is vacant. So I was like,
see your
okay.
play. I see your play.
Yeah, so
Okay.
this floor is vacant. He was like, but you still have to hit these 2 access points. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, whatever. Mind you, he made me go on this tour with him. Like, it was not part of like my detail.
He was showing you.
He was like, you don't want to learn more? I'm like, no, I don't.
I don't have to do this. I don't have to do this. Bro.
Why would I want to?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to. Like, the only thing I'm supposed to do is like stay at my post. And he's like, okay, well, I think you should probably want to like know the building better. Like, I'm just saying though. Like, I'm just saying.
He want to take for a walk. He want to go for a walk.
He asked me like 3 times. Finally, I'm like, because this was an overnight. So I was like, fuck it, fine. Okay, let's do it. So we go, and then we get to the 11th floor, which is the floor that was vacant. And then he's like, oh, yeah, like, blah, blah, blah. You have to hit this or whatever. And he was like, yeah, like, isn't this crazy? And I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. And he was like, you ever fuck in a high-rise building? And I was like...
Did he think you'd be like, no, but I want to? Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
what did he think was
exactly.
gonna happen?
That's exactly.
I was like
he wasn't picking up. He wasn't reading the room at all.
He was not. And I was like, I was so disgusted by him. And then, you know, I said what I said. And then he was like, yeah, I thought I'd probably regret it more if I never asked you. I was like, wow.
He should have just kept.
You probably should have had that regret for your life.
Yeah, that's
I was
something you
like,
hold on to.
your logic is alarming.
Should have kept. Come on, we could read it. I mean, I will say, even myself, we've had those moments where we can't read the room, where we're not reading the room very well. We're kind of just stuck in our own minds about what we want to do, because you're like, oh, this girl's really cute or whatever, but you're not really realizing what shorty's giving you.
Which is not interested.
Yeah.
Also, like, his wife is always dropping off lunch for him. I'm like, he's so nasty.
I'm gonna tell on you. I'm telling on you. I'm snitching. I'm gonna be a snitch in this moment.
Yeah.
Your husband's gross.
Your husband's gross.
Yeah, your husband is gross.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's given
chose?
Bruce Willis kissing Lilu without asking.
Honestly,
That's borderline.
Yeah.
That's borderline.
Did you have what did you have? Did you have a weapon when you were doing security?
No, I didn't have anything. I had my phone. That's it.
So if
They never
something
gave us
was
nothing.
going on,
That was like the most loser
So what would
job
you have
I've ever
done?
had.
if something
What, being
happened.
hold on, being security? I had
Yeah.
a blast.
I had a blast too, but I never felt uglier. I never fucking felt.
Nah, you're
Oh,
right.
by the way, so when I met
Outfits were
Show,
not appealing. They were not.
They
The
were so
uniforms back
ugly.
there, they were not appealing.
they were so freaking ugly. So I remember because so you trained me, but then we never worked together again. So I always was working with somebody else, and I was working with this one dude. And this gay dude, by the way, who was hilarious, of course.
Yeah,
So he and I were like working this shift, and like then there was like this other guy who worked with us as well, who we hated this man so much. He was so fucking condescending and disgusting. And I remember like he would always come in like super frazzled, and we were like, oh my god, this guy, like every time he just like puts us on edge. So like we nicknamed him, like obviously he didn't know, but like we like gave him a code name, and it was like, where's the fire, Michael? And we were like laughing about something one day, and like he overheard it, and he was like, oh, you guys think you're funny? Oh, that's your nickname? He's like, that's my nickname? Like, oh, like I don't even fucking get it. Like, why do you guys call me that? And we were like, because where's the fucking fire? Every time you just come in,
bro.
I'm like, you walk in like the sky is falling. You get everybody all riled up for no reason. Like, we were just fine. Like, everything's okay. Everything's set up. Like, all you have to do is just like log your times, and that's it. And like, you're making it seem like it's like
Way
this
too
like
much going on.
Secret Service, like top classified type of thing. Like, he was like, all right. He was like,
guys took their job way too serious.
he's like, guys, the cameras are black. Come on, like, take it serious. And we're like,
they're not paying us enough for all this, bro. Relax.
at the time, I'm like, this is the only standing building in the seaport, so I think we're fine. At the time, that's what that was.
Yes, it was.
One Marina was
Yes,
the first building that went up.
One of the best buildings I ever worked at.
Yep.
Don't lie.
It's so different now.
It
So
is.
different.
Anyway, back to the Fifth Element. So shit's going down.
There was a fire.
There was a fire?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
You're like, oh, where's the
When
fire,
you said
Michael?
it, I knew she was. She was like, wait, what are you talking about?
there was a fire. Honestly, to be fair, if I was working, likely I started the fire. So I don't know if you knew this, like through the grapevine, but people started calling me like Calamity Jane.
What are you doing?
Well, just at that post, like one of the guys got fired because he was talking to me the whole night. That's on him. That's on him.
Your post, bro.
They were like, the cameras are watching you guys, and it's like Catherine's at her post the whole time, but like the guy is like not paying attention to what he's doing. And then there was a homeless man that like got in through the loading dock. So he was gone after that.
After that, definitely.
Then I went to this other location where I literally caused an accident.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on? Mind your business.
I got kicked out of like one marina because like the client came down and she saw that I was doing my makeup. I was like, it was before my shift.
Were you at the front desk though?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely gone.
Gone.
Because people are still seeing you.
Yeah, gone. But anyway, I was not a good security guard.
I think you're okay.
Thank you.
I think we're okay.
Women security guards are funny. I ain't gonna lie. Because there was girls like her who just was like, I'm just here to get paid.
Clearly, I was the personality hire.
Yeah.
Tracks. The tracks. Okay, so there is a fire in the Fifth Element.
Shola, you were sleeping in the loading dock. At one marina. Facts. And then like making friends with all those Italian guys so they would come and like give him the lobster ravioli.
My gig, I love that place, yo. Strager was feeding me on a regular.
Yep, on the regular.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Specifically the lobster ravioli. I'm like, wow, the most expensive plate.
In the morning. Oh man, I would go to dinners with my shorty there. They're like, oh, show you coming with your girl? Yeah, I got y'all. Say less.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
The perks of that building were fantastic.
I want to take a nap and get fed lobster ravioli.
Listen,
honestly, it was amazing. That building was a really cool building to work at.
Cool.
I was working outside in the loading dock, and I literally would just go in my car and pass out.
Yeah, nah, you can get away with a whole lot. When the docks was built, oh, I was having a blast.
Yeah,
at the docks. Because it's dark. You just have a blast, do whatever you want.
There was nobody there.
Go on a tour, exterior tour. I'm gone for 2-3 hours. Nice time to do what you need to do.
Oh my god.
Yeah, nah, it was a great time.
That's amazing.
Yeah, when everybody was like, oh, what was your favorite place to work? It's Simmons and One Marina Park. Because Simmons College, obviously, all girls, fantastic. That's why I met my girl.
Aww.
Yeah. Too long ago.
Yeah. I remember this story too.
Yeah, too long ago.
Sweet.
So, and then One Marina Park Drive, definitely. I got fired from that place because of the management at the time thought a black guy should not be at the front.
Did you sue them?
No, I was cool. Because my you remember Brian, the manager?
I wasn't gonna name drop, but
I'm
dang,
he's my guy. It's not a bad thing because he legit was like, "Show, it's not me, but you know what this is." Literally, what he said to me. I said, "I'm glad that you told me that, bro. I appreciate that." He's like, "I'm gonna get you another spot. Don't worry about it. This is not on you at all, but this is what they're going for." Literally, I said, "No problem." I was in the front. That's how I ended up in the back as a loading dock.
Whoa!
Now taking naps.
Yeah,
yeah.
So
that's what I would have done too.
But my response, because I didn't trip out or bug out or anything like that, I didn't cause a scene. He was like, "She wants to know if you would be willing to work the loading dock." I didn't care because I still kept my pay.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, cool. I don't have to be in the front deal with all these rich motherfuckers. Cool. I'm a loading dock. I'm with my peoples. Cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I enjoyed that. But literally, when that happened and I got to loading dock, not even 2 months later, that person got fired. And then I was able to go back to the front. because of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, who got fired?
The shorty that was with CBRE.
Okay.
The management company.
Yep.
So, and then a new guy came in, and he was really cool. He was cool. Like that place cemented. That's when I learned corporate lingo.
Yeah, you have to.
Game.
Yep.
Yeah, learn how to play the game, meeting different people, and just seeing how they maneuvered in their circles. Because you remember Mass Towns is on 14.
Yeah.
And everything. So all these different kinds of people are walking in, going in and out. Literally just teaches you. It opened up my world of seeing how people operate with each other.
Yeah.
And so ever since then, I was like, you know what? I'll be fine if I go to corporate because now I have this experience of actually talking to people. Then I became a corporate and forgot all about that.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Lesson
So,
learned.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah. But on the Fifth Element part, where we are, I went about to the fight, right? They're fighting, and she's partying, doing her singing, and Lulu is fighting for her life.
Fighting for her life.
That girl was
Unbeknownst
mad
to
big,
anyone.
yo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, unbeknownst to anybody at the
Yeah.
opera show.
Nobody
I know it
knows.
Yeah, mind you, like Bruce Willis is over there literally like having that moment. Mesmerized. Like everybody says, like when you go to the opera, you like cry.
Yeah.
He's having that moment.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He's like,
Terry, like you can
It's
see it.
gorgeous because
Yeah.
it's just the
It's
most
hitting his
beautiful thing
soul.
you've ever
Yeah.
seen in your
Yeah, she's
life.
going
I was
crazy.
thinking that, you know, like I always used to, I'm like, oh, I don't really think I would go to the opera. But now, like not after this movie, but like, you know, as an adult, like I'm like, yeah, I can see the appeal because it really is like
It's beautiful.
It's
beautiful.
beautiful.
And
Yeah.
it's just like the singing.
The
is
singing
so
is
crazy.
so,
They
like-
don't have microphones. It's
They
just
don't
the
have microphones.
acoustics.
Yeah.
And you also like it's so like your ear, like the pitch is so right.
Mhm.
Like it doesn't.
So beautiful.
Yeah, it
It does
really
something to your
is.
soul.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It hits
sure.
parts that you're like, whoa, I didn't even know I had this in me like this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Agreed. So
The
he's having
gun?
that moment.
Yeah.
The gun that the guy had, I was like, damn.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Bro, like this is a shorty. Like she already gave you the box. Why are you trying to kill
Right,
her now? You know what I'm
right.
saying? But I don't think he knew who she was.
No.
She was just in
No.
the room. You know what I'm saying? But the way he just going at her, and then the aliens start shooting up the.
Yep.
And the way she gets shot, I was like, wait, they were shooting a good 5 minutes ago. How did you not duck?
Yeah. You heard it. I don't
She was
know.
just there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they came
They
in
were like,
blasting. Yeah, just one shot. She gets
She's like,
clapped.
oh,
You see where she fell?
oh.
Nice and
Gorgeous.
smooth and gracious. and shit.
Gorgeous.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a gracious fall. I like
Gorgeous.
that. It was
Yeah.
a gracious fall.
So Corbin's like, oh my god, like, girls down, and then like Ruby Rod is like losing his
He's
shit.
losing it.
He's like, oh my god, come in.
It was
It's
good.
me.
I
It-
love
it-
that. 'Cause
Yes.
That was like perfect, dramatic. We're about to die. What's gonna happen? And like you said, Corbin's being super calm with
Yeah.
the whole situation.
Anytime like they're being shot at, it like honestly his reaction is like totally on point, but it's also hilarious. But he's like, ah!
The whole time. When it was riding through and he just screaming and the guy popped out through the ceiling. And he's
Oh
pushing
my
the
gosh,
guy, the
yeah.
alien's head
Yes.
down. Like, oh my god, is he okay? Is he okay? He's dead. Okay. It was
I'm like right there with you. Like that would totally be me. Like
I
Ruby
panicked.
Rod's reactions, that 100% me.
No,
the whole
I
time.
no. So I don't know if I told this story in the podcast before, but whatever. So it was like the day after the Super Bowl. I had just moved into my apartment in Dorchester, and my friend Jimmy, friend of the pod, came over after the game, and I was making like stovetop popcorn, and I've like,
yes.
never done this before. I've only made microwave ones, and I must have like he was like, oh, what's the Wi-Fi? So I like turn around, and then he goes, and it was on fire, and I was like, ah! Like I was Ruby Rod in that moment, and I like was calling my friend's boyfriend who's a firefighter. I'm like, do you smother it? He's like, no, bitch, just put it in the sink. Like it's not a big
It's
deal.
not that big of a deal. Yeah.
It wasn't. And then Jimmy like literally just put water on it and it was fine. But I was like, do you smother it? Like, what do you do? He's like, what are you talking about? It's not a grease fire. It's popcorn. Like, relax.
To be fair, I wouldn't know what to
Yeah.
do either. I remember this one time I was in San Francisco and I was like with my sister, and this like 3 massive rats ran out of the freaking restaurant right in front of our eyes, and I don't fuck with rats at all.
Not in a restaurant. I'm out of there.
No, we weren't in the restaurant. We were right outside of it.
Oh, okay,
And then
okay.
like out of the restaurant ran 3 freaking
shit.
rats all in a row. It was like 1, 2, 3. I
Family.
screamed like bloody murder so loud. Like I literally like I was disoriented when I finished screaming. Like
Got dizzy.
I was like for so long, and then like eventually I came to, and like I opened up my eyes, and it's like these like 3 like homeless people sitting outside, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, like the worst thing just happened. He was like, no, we thought the worst thing just happened from that
Just from that
screaming.
scream.
He was like, it was just
It was
rats.
just over here
Calm
bugging
down.
out Some rats.
Those are my friends. Like, leave me alone. Those are my
They were
buddies.
like, you're wildin'.
yeah, relax.
That was a whole lot.
So yeah, so Ruby Rod is like had an appropriate response.
Yes,
like,
he
what
had
was
a
happening.
very appropriate response. They're being shot down.
Like the gunfire is crazy.
Yes, like it's everything's
Everywhere.
being shot at.
But
Every
what
direction
confused
shots.
me was
Bullets.
when she goes, when Miss Laguna goes, the pillars are in me. He's like, wait, what, bitch? And he's like, oh, literally in front of, just starts breaking her apart and taking everything. I was like,
Okay,
wait,
the way that he like puts his whole hand inside her stomach like that, I was like, ooh.
like how deep does her stomach go? Like what's
And-
going on here?
Ugh.
How they place? First of all, how is that on you? How was 4 of those things in your stomach?
And
when
also,
you're
like,
moving around?
Was she gonna have to sacrifice herself this whole time?
I know. What was? Why
She
did they
knew.
do that?
So why?
She
Also-
knew.
She knew.
I'd be like, I'm a great singer. Like, I'm not sacrificing my career for this.
Well, I guess like she was like, I honestly already did it all.
Yeah.
She
So-
gave it up. Okay.
Implant those things in me if you want.
Yeah.
Ruthie's like, no.
No,
Nah, don't
I'm
get
a
don't put
diva.
nothing.
Yeah.
I've got the
Facts.
greatest voice in the world.
Yeah, I'm not dying like
I'm
this.
not dying like this. For what? For this planet?
No.
No. Or the universe? Get out of here.
After the
I wanna
recent
live to see
events,
what happens after.
Yeah.
listen, after the most recent events in our lives, I would have been like, kill them all.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
Love
our
when they
time,
saved everybody.
if our time here is over, so be it.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Jesus, here I come.
Jesus. You know, I have a problem with that because I always like I want to go to heaven. I don't want to go to fucking heaven.
Boring.
Cause what am I doing up there?
Unless everybody's there, I don't want to be there.
I'm trying to chill. I want to be able to get away with some shenanigans if I need to get shenanigans. I don't want the Lord that father like, yo, bro, what you doing, fam? Like, come on, bro, let me get away with this real quick. You
He's
know
gonna
what
be
I'm
like, those jokes are not acceptable in heaven.
saying? I'm like, yeah, I'm like, nah, I don't want
That podcast can't thrive here.
No.
Yeah, nah, bro.
No,
Nah.
that's not true. I would like to think that in heaven we will still be able to use our creativity for.
But the man's right there judging you and shit. I don't want to be right next to my dad while I'm doing shit. Like, come on, man.
Fair.
You always gotta behave next to the
Fair.
to the father. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man. And then you try to get away with, be like, don't do that in front of me. My bad, bro.
No,
My bad,
I think
bro.
that like he's like, are you honestly gonna?
Trip out. You like
No.
You like
I
saying
feel
do
like
bad shit, bro.
I feel like God would be like, do you honestly think that I wouldn't know what your sense of humor is? I mean,
yeah, you're right. As long as he got a butt up there,
I know
you.
you know you.
Facts. Like you know what I'm doing up here. With the blunt at.
No,
I know
for
you
real.
got some good trees up
Yeah.
here, bro.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
best.
That's it. Like,
All
just give me a thing,
natural.
That'd be cool. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nah. That fight scene was fantastic, and when they finally got to them meeting up, when
Yeah.
Luna and Corbin finally met up, it was like, bitch, what the hell you been doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because he was all shocked. Like she can hear, like, oh shit. I'm like, yeah, man. But she was fucked up from that fight with old boy.
Mm-hmm.
She actually like she caught a few bullets, I think.
Yeah, she got a few bullets and she was emotionally drained.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, again, not to reference that terrible day that last week, but I think she was just like, honestly, I have seen what humanity is, and this is terrible.
crazy.
It's bad.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
You guys are terrible to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And look at me, like you don't even know me. You want me dead,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and you had zero remorse.
Yep.
Zero. You
Zero.
Clap me with not thinking twice.
I know when she got shot and she was crying, that really made me so sad for her.
Yeah.
She was like, ah.
Yeah, once again, it had to be a woman because a man would
Yeah.
be like, you know what, fuck all that.
Yep.
It definitely. We're not much fun like that.
I think if it was a man, it would probably be like the, you know what? This is interesting because the only time that we ever feel for like a man in a movie like that, that's like, you know, you feel for her, right? You're like, oh my God, she's in pain, she's in distress. For males, it's like Braveheart, like the castration
Something
scene,
like
and
that.
you're like, oh, or like his wife dies, and you're like, oh, I
that
feel you,
sucks.
bro.
That sucks.
Dang.
Yeah.
A lot was going
Or
on.
like his children are like
Mm-hmm.
executed or something.
Yep.
kind of like in Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Yes. No, what was that other movie that like it's like dang. Oh, another action movie.
There's a lot of
Why am I not thinking about it? Gladiator.
Yeah.
Gladiator.
classic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Gladiator.
day.
Yeah, he
Yep.
shows up. He's like, I'm retired.
I want no smoke with nobody.
Not doing anything.
Nothing. The
No,
way
I can't
they-
even. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not talking
But
about
like,
that.
okay, so that's what like the
Yeah, that's
equivalent
something.
of
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, she's hurt and she's hurt bad, and he's like, oh, we have to like help her because she's the fifth element, and
When
like,
they were setting up the pillars, that was hilarious. Trying to figure out the elements
Yep.
and everything. That was hilarious. Like everybody trying the water, the sweat, the fire, and all of that, and then her in the middle.
yeah.
That was a hard scene.
Mm-hmm.
That was-
So I have to tell a quick story. Okay, so like this one time, my friends who are wonderful people were hanging out with this guy who I was in love with for so long, And every time that I ever made my friends like show out for me, like just because I wanted to hang out with a guy, like shout out to you all, because honestly, it was always some ghetto situation. And in this instance, like I'm like making them go and like smoke with him, and they're like, oh, God.
Just for a dude. Look at you. Look at you.
They're good friends.
They're like,
They're good friends.
like the weed is definitely not good. Like we can tell just by looking at him. Like, and like
You over here smitten.
he didn't have a home that we could smoke in, so we literally had to smoke outside. And I remember I was visiting from California at the time, so we're all cold, and like, oh my God, Brad had like rented a car because like Scott was away. Scott is Brad's partner, so like Brad had rented the car so we could like move around, just so he could like, you know, make sure I was good. And Sarah's like, hey, like, can we? He was like, oh my God, it's so cold out. It was like freezing cold. And she was like, is it okay if we smoke in the car? And he was like, absolutely fucking not. It's a rental car.
Hell no. That's extra.
Yeah.
That's too
And
much.
he was like,
We're not
hell
doing that.
no. And she was like, please, it's so cold though. He was like, no, there's nothing that you can say that's going to make me say, okay, yeah, let's smoke in this car. No. And he's like, so everybody outside, it's just going to be all of us. It's just going to be us and the elements. We're all like fire, wind, water.
What show was that with the school bus? Captain Planet.
That was the Magic School
That's
Bus.
the Magic School Bus, but then
It's Captain
Captain Planet.
Planet. They all blend
But yes,
together.
but that's
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
the
he
elements,
referenced.
yeah,
We're like,
yeah.
yeah, he was like, it's just us and the elements, and that loser boy.
That you were in love with. Don't leave that part out.
Yeah,
You
for
were in love
real.
with him.
Yeah, but then that same freaking chill session, like he's like showing me something on his phone, and then I see like text message from like his girlfriend, and I was like,
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Wait, you didn't know this whole time he had a boy? He had a girl?
no.
Y'all was just talking, kicking it?
I thought. Well, I was also living in California at
Oh,
this
well,
time, so I'm
damn,
like,
man, it doesn't matter, babe.
Yeah.
Long distance. You played yourself on that one. What you thought? Oh, sit out here and wait for you? Come on, man.
yeah, that's what he was like. Come on,
Dodge a
don't
bullet,
trip.
though. You dodged a bullet. You dodged a bullet. You
Dodged a bullet.
You know
For
what
real.
I'm
But
saying?
yeah, again, like just us and the elements, and now Lilu's over here with her the rest of her elements, and they're all trying to figure it out. And like, wouldn't you know it? Like the last element that they needed was like fire, and they're like, where are we gonna get this now? And Corbin Dallas,
Got one. Everybody hold their breath. Everybody hold their breath.
one match, lights it, and
It was crazy because they all stood by the same pillar, by that pillar, and were just looking at it. He's like, he just sparked it. I was like, yo.
and did we even mention that there's like this huge like freaking planet like headed for?
Headed towards them. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a whole like B storyline. What a weird like.
Yeah. They're like, and also
This
This is
happening.
coming.
this is happening.
Yeah. This is why we
Armageddon's
need her.
happening.
But
Yeah.
this is the catastrophic thing that was going to happen. That was, you know,
Mm,
what do you call it?
Destroy the world.
yeah.
That was going to destroy the world, and that they had prefaced or whatever. So
That's
they-
the entire reason for having the fifth element.
Right.
Is to stop this one thing
yeah.
Yeah.
from destroying everybody.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
like milliseconds before it hits,
Of course.
Tell her, Corbin.
yeah, she's like, "Why should I even do this? You guys are terrible." He's like, "You got to tell her. Tell her."
So, bro, I love that. Like, dude, that is literally how all men are saved in life. Right?
Oh,
there.
because you finally cave and say I love you.
every single time. Every single
Why
time.
are men like this?
Because we're hard
I'm
headed.
like, I have no words. I'm just like,
it's the worst, but that's literally how
It's
we
too
are.
soon.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
like, you know, like
Russian.
obviously like I like you and stuff, but like, you know, I want to be sure because like when I
Yeah.
say that,
it's
Man.
just.
and that's how I know that my husband was a real one, because he didn't play any of these games with me at all.
No.
I was like, we were joking around and he was like, you know what? I do love you. I was thinking about it and I'm like, why wouldn't I tell her this?
For all the ladies out there, if you're wondering if he likes you, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. Don't do that. Nah, hold on. Don't do that. Hold on.
You shouldn't have to wonder about it.
Yeah. They should.
You
come
should
on.
know if someone likes you.
How long you? Well, yes, you should know.
Like
somebody
you
likes
for
That's
sure,
what
but
I mean.
loves
Like,
you.
Love is different. Love
Yeah,
is
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's
Well,
a little
if
more
you're
tricky.
talking to somebody, I hope they like you.
You should be wondering
they
about
like
it.
you.
You should
Yeah,
be wondering
no.
about it.
You shouldn't. First of all, if somebody likes you, you know.
Yeah, you know someone
Like
likes
when
you.
a guy likes you, they're doing
you-
a whole lot.
No, exactly. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
you
They're
would
doing
know.
the most.
Shouldn't be
Yeah.
confusing. It shouldn't be confusing.
never
You
be-
should
that
know if
should
they
never-
like
no,
you.
no, no.
There was this guy that was like in love with me at work one, and I remember like I was being talked to like by our management. This guy was like ready to cry for me. He was like, "Come on, man, don't." She's
That's a lot.
she's been working really hard.
Trying her best.
My coworker was like, "Is this dude really about to fucking cry
And
for her?"
you're like, actually, I haven't been working that hard.
Nah,
Like, this
relax,
is actually a
bro.
really
Turn it down.
reasonable conversation to be
man.
having with your boss.
This
No
dude
way.
was doing the most. I remember one time, like, it was like my birthday, and we all went to the club, and he came and he had like a gift in hand. I was like, what am I even gonna do with this right now?
Gift at the
Right.
club?
That's a lot.
I was like, we were broke back then. We didn't have VIPs or
Facts.
anything. So I'm like, I can't be
I
dancing
wasn't
with a
giving you-
freaking
that's
gift
too
bag.
much. That's too much.
Yeah,
I
he's
give
doing
him
too
all like
much.
that.
They should have waited till like.
Also, like the choice of gift, I kind of was judgmental about it.
See, not even thinking. See, that's a woman shit.
He like gifted me a perfume bottle of like CK, like
That's-
Calvin Klein
I-
Euphoria.
That counts.
That's kind of nice.
You know what I'm saying?
I
I
don't
should
know.
have waited till Monday at work and been like,
Yeah.
"Here."
It was your birthday, right? So he surprised you being out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Thought,
It's
yeah.
one of those
Wrong
situations,
place,
though.
yeah, but
No, it's one of those situations where it's like, if you look good though, I would have been like, I love it.
See, okay. See, and now y'all said we shallow. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Because he was a fly nigga, you would have been cool with it.
I wasn't into it,
Yeah.
so I was like,
See,
No.
you see, fellas, gotta be fly, bro. Figure something out. That's crazy.
but I think like if we learn anything about this movie, one of the lessons is, honestly, read the room.
Facts.
Read the room. Honestly, you would know if I liked you back.
You always know when a girl likes you back.
Always.
Always, man. There's no ifs or buts about it. That's why I'm always confused by conversations like, how do you know if somebody likes you? I'm like, wait, what? You don't know if somebody likes you, bro?
Yeah, it's obvious.
Like,
It's very
It's
obvious.
very, very. Actually, no. It's not obvious because I didn't know. So somebody liked me a while ago, but they were always around. But I always just thought they were around just to be around because we were cool and everything like that. I mean, it's like, nah, bro.
I love how like me and Ruthie are like over here like, oh yeah, you know, but we literally had an episode where like sometimes you convince yourself that people like you and you're just
They
living your
don't.
delusion,
Yeah,
and then
they
you
don't.
and then you're like, he's just waiting for me to make the first move,
That's
and then
never
you
the
go and do
case.
that, and then the dude's like,
Nah.
No, I
it's-
like your friend.
oh, I'm so sorry, but I
and
don't
that's
feel that
exactly
way.
How I felt. 'Cause I never saw her that way.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, nah, she's like everything. You know, she saw she was picking off your plate. I thought we were just sharing food. I didn't think nothing about it. And my uncle was like, nah, no girl does that, bro. I was like, for real? They're like, yeah, girls don't just eat off a guy's plate.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah, that's like, she likes you. I was like, oh, all right. To me, I
Now
was
I know.
just sharing food. You know, I didn't think nothing about it at all. And once I figured it out, I didn't change the way I was, but I found it amusing because I could now see what she was doing. I was just like, oh, that's cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I appreciate it, but
Okay.
I'm married, mama. I can't do
Yeah,
nothing with
yeah,
you.
it doesn't matter. Like I'm flattered, but no.
Also, like, why? Oh, come on, again, read the room. So that's like definitely one
Another
of
lesson. Yes.
Another lesson learned was read the room. But luckily for Corbin Dallas, aka Daddy Bruce Willis,
Yes, sir.
he knew how to read the room. Because even though we were like, hello, how are you just gonna assume that she likes you back? She definitely did because
He helped her.
he helped her, and
Good
when she heard "I love you," that's all she needed
That's it.
to hear to be like, it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth
As
it.
always.
And then it was really worth it because then they do the deed, and like that's her
Going
first time
crazy.
going crazy, and then that's where the movie ends because it's like, I mean, is there
What else
anything
is there?
better?
Yeah. You saved the world. What else are you gonna do?
Saved, boom, boom. Now
Is
that's
there
it.
anything better than
Yeah.
ending it with like a nice nightcap?
I'm saying. it was a long nightcap.
Yeah.
They would get into
Yeah.
it. They would get
Yeah.
into it. Nah, that
So
movie's great.
and credits.
Yep.
So that was The Fifth Element, and again, like, what's like another lesson did you guys take from this movie? Be your most fabulous, flamboyant self. Always.
It's so
Be
attractive.
true to you.
Also,
Being true to
always
you.
do the most.
Always.
Be extra.
Be
Who
extra.
cares? Who cares?
Honestly,
I don't.
Yeah, who cares? I love, matter of fact, because I have 3 kids, and the things that I don't know my son, but the way my son is, because he's so extra about everything,
Love it.
he doesn't even care. I love that shit
That's
so
how you
much.
should
A lot of my
be.
friends are like, why he act like that? I'm like,
That also means he feels safe.
oh,
Yeah.
1000%.
That's amazing.
1000%.
That's really lovely. Yeah.
If you talk, the gay flag runs in my house like crazy, right?
Yeah.
And I guess I'm the only straight person in the house. You know
It's
what
more
I'm
fun that way, I
saying? You know?
feel.
And I just feel like my kid's son's like, you like men, Dad? I was like, in what way, bro? Like, what we talking about?
That's
He's
really
like, no. Like, yeah, they cool. They just friends and shit like that. But he now, obviously, he's older, so he doesn't seem so as gay and stuff like that. But he'll say weird shit still.
Yeah.
Love
You
it.
know, I'm like, bro, that's totally fine. It's
Love
okay
it.
to say that kind of shit.
That's
dude.
like confidence too. To, like,
Yes.
not care.
Shorties love him. for
Yeah,
that
of
shit.
course.
He
They-
just
I
be
love
talking.
that.
Love it.
Just be talking.
That's great.
Honestly, I always think about that when I hear like any like younger kid like going through something at school, or they're just like questioning themselves a little bit, like, you know, like, what are people gonna think about me or whatever, or like the worst thing ever is like, as a parent, like hearing that like somebody's being bullied, you're like, oh my god,
Try
like,
it.
try it.
Mhm.
Try it.
So I always just like try to like tell them, I'm like, yo, you need to be quick, okay?
Facts.
You need to be quick with your words. You
Mhm.
need to be
Hurtful.
on
Yeah.
it.
Immediately.
Witty, like they'll never do it again. I remember when I was being teased in school. I was very young, like 2nd grade, and I remember this kid was like kept saying like, oh, like you have hairy arms or something like that. Oh, your arms are so
Typical
hairy.
Good one.
Spanish attachment.
Yeah,
Good one.
yeah.
Good one.
So he was like, oh, like, what are you, a man? Like, your arms are so hairy. And I was like, so what are you, a woman? Because you don't have any.
You know what I mean?
No, that's a yeah. You have
Yeah.
to be smarter.
Yeah.
You have to be. And honestly, my secret weapon throughout all the years of schooling was definitely just be funny.
Mhm.
Always. Never take yourself too seriously.
No,
Never.
make fun of
Yeah.
yourself first before they can
Oh.
make fun of you.
Thank you. Oh my.
You call it out
God.
first, and it's like
It takes
Eminem
all the power away.
Yeah.
in 8 Mile.
They
He
have
took all the power away.
everything.
They had nothing to say.
Nothing to say.
Nothing
He
to say.
choked
Yep.
because he came for himself
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
so well that
That's
this guy couldn't say
literally
anything.
Nothing. That's literally the way to beat anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Take
I know.
away
Shout out to 8
everything.
Mile, by the way, because like
That's
their
still a movie.
anniversary just passed.
That's still the movie.
Yeah.
To this day. The music,
So good.
everything. Still
November
the movie.
6th.
Yeah. Oh, damn, you know to the T. Jesus Christ.
November 6th, 2002.
Whew. That was 10th grade.
I was waiting day in and day out for the day to arrive so I could go see that movie. I was
8 Mile was
obsessed.
8 Mile was the
8 Mile
movie.
was good.
Yeah,
8 Mile.
we will be rewatching that movie.
mean,
That's a must. Gotta
Yes.
watch that.
Yep.
Yes.
Cool.
But anyway,
Yeah.
so that was The Fifth Element, and this has been our very historic first video
Yeah.
recording of FSBA Podcast. Thank you, Shola, so
Thank
much.
you so
Anytime.
much.
This
You
is
know,
great.
for
This
doing
is
this
great.
for us, for spending the time with us, for, you know, because this is a long weekend, by the way. So
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah,
very,
definitely.
this is quality time that you're taking out of your
No,
day.
this was great. I was looking forward to it. Once you said a movie, I was like, oh, I haven't spoken about a movie in a while. I actually didn't even know how it was going to go. Even though I've listened to episodes, I was like, all right, but Fifth Element is a little different from what you guys normally speak on.
Yeah.
Especially we was, Halloween time and all that. I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. And visually, you guys handle yourself really well.
Thank you. I'm
So,
glad.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and we hope that you'll come back.
Oh, yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it.
God,
Well,
yeah,
just
that'd be
give me the movie. Let's get
You
to
pick.
it.
You pick another movie, whatever you want.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah.
Probably going to be The Matrix. I'm going to tell y'all.
Ooh. Okay. To be honest, I've never seen it.
Perfect.
It's been probably the first time I saw it was the last time I saw it, and I
For
was
real?
very young.
I rewatch things all the time. Like I
But
go
there's
through a
like
set.
so much like, you know,
Yeah.
existential
Exactly.
meaning, symbolism.
Red pill,
Exactly.
blue pill, and all
Yeah.
that shit.
To
Yeah.
that all. I don't know if you guys are
Quantum
Harry Potter heads
physics.
or-
Yes.
I'm
You-
not.
I
Not a
am.
Harry Potter fan?
Mm-mm.
I am.
Honestly, I feel like Harry Potter fiends heads are. They were young
When it came out.
nerds.
Yeah, that's it.
Well,
Yeah.
I like to.
And I wasn't there yet. You know, like my
I have all
nerdy
the
time came
books.
later.
I watched all the movies.
Yeah,
even
like I
Game
feel
of
like it's
Thrones.
like the smart girls. You
Well,
know?
I was there at midnight getting the books.
Yeah,
I didn't
you
dress up,
So good.
but I did get the books
Yeah.
at
I
midnight.
love that. Honestly, like also like what I will say, I didn't read these books, but I do know that it's like literally like they are amazing.
amazing.
Well, they also like came out
And it's good
for,
writing.
for us, like me and Catherine. Like the age that Harry Potter was I was the same age,
Yeah.
so it was like the same grade. Like when
You're
they
following through. growing
yeah,
up with it.
which,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
when it probably started going like for the 4th book. So then I was like every year it came out, I was the same age as Harry
Oh,
Potter.
so you grew
Yeah.
up with it
Yeah,
so the first book I actually received as a Christmas gift in Globe Santa, which was this like charity. Yeah, it was this
Nice.
charity that my mom used to sign us up for. And basically you would like just like say like things on your wish list, and then you would get this like big box. And this is like I'm pretty sure it's like a government funded program. And I remember that book was in there, and I never read it.
That's crazy. Nah, there's no way.
Yeah, so this has been, again, our first historic episode on video. We have new audio episodes every Friday.
I've been getting all the notifications.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
I was like, oh,
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you for following,
course.
Shola.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Of course.
hopefully we'll do more video, but we definitely have every Friday audio episodes for the time being.
Yep.
So,
I will say I'm proud of y'all because I wasn't sure. Obviously, visual is very different.
Yep.
But you guys carry yourself really well.
Oh,
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
And
Thank you.
the energy is definitely where you guys
Oh, thank
carry
you.
it well. Personality wise, I know you guys got that.
Thank
So,
you.
I
Thank
think
you. That means, honestly, that
No,
means,
that means
so
a
much.
lot.
That really does mean so
'cause
much to us.
It's always fun to see how people are on camera. You know, so whether or not, but you guys came in character, all of that. Like, all right, I was like, when I walked in, I was like, this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
This is gonna be good.
Yeah.
They already
Yes.
here. So fantastic job.
All right,
Appreciate
awesome.
it.
Thank you. Well, all right then. So make sure you follow us on all of our socials, and see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Love ya.